get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell.
And we are live. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
And what's going on, guys? Welcome.
Good to see everybody.
Good to see you guys,
got,
as always.
I was going to
Got a
say,
very special guest tonight. Go ahead, what?
Mike, I don't think we haven't met in person, but Paul and Michael, or Matt, sorry.
You forgot my name already, dude?
Yeah.
What?
We've met
Come
at
on.
Monroeville Mall. Yeah, at Monroeville Mall.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
Michael today.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll be Mike.
No, you poor people. You poor
So next year, it is next year. Let's do this live or in person. Definitely have a
Yeah,
beer,
yeah.
watch a movie.
Oh,
people. Yeah, let's
absolutely.
do that. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking before we got on here. That's going to be June 12th through the 14th next year. So
Mhm.
I'm down. Let's do it. Because
Yeah.
we've never met Jace, never in person. So
Nope.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But how's everybody doing out there? I got Jace Witman here from Music and Monsters on YouTube. Thursday of the Dead every Thursday. Check him out. Down below me, Mr. Controversy himself, Matt
Oh, man.
Landrum, Drone of the
Yeah.
Dead,
Mm.
pissing people off at every turn. And next to him,
Uh,
of course, we got Paul Farvour, PFM Dude on YouTube. Check him out as
You
well.
guys-
What's going on, guys? You guys doing all right? You guys ready to dig into some Fulci tonight? We usually do a little Romero, but this is technically the sequel to Dawn of the Dead over
Mhm.
overseas in Italy.
True,
So
right.
this is Zombie 2.
Yeah,
So
Zombie 2.
so there is a tie-in there. So, how are you guys doing, Jace? We'll start with you, man. What you been up to?
Oh, I've been doing well. I've just been playing with all my craziness and AI. Sora, if you've seen like some of my recent episodes, I've got just AI videos all over the place. And so I've been obsessed with that and working on a special project that is zombie related that's all AI that I'll get sued for if I ever actually put it out. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do
It's not Image 10 related, is it? Or
that. Not at all.
Gonna keep
MKR
Serenell after you.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope. No. Even
cool,
more
man.
litigious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been dabbling with the Chat GPT and stuff here lately too, just to see what it'll do. And some of the stuff is outlandish and ridiculous, but some of it's just like, wow, that's pretty scary almost, because it can do things that it would take me hours and hours and hours to do, and it can just do it like that, and it's just
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Jesus,
Yep.
it's a little scary, but it's kind of exciting too, the possibilities of it. But yeah, very cool. What about you, Matt? What have you been up to, my man? I know posted a video this week, controversial controversial
Yeah.
takes on the
Yeah.
on Goblin
And,
and the
I'm signing off right now, so I'll see you guys later.
Paul
Listen,
just came on
okay.
tonight just to leave and protest. So
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Look, I'm great, by the way. Thank you for asking. Everything's cool. I will not be talking about Goblin tonight. I'll just I'll throw that out there. And listen, I need to sort of. I only brought 2 beers with me tonight, so I'm not going balls deep like I was during that hot takes episode. But I don't think I articulated it correctly. My true feelings about Goblin, and some people
I
got a
think
little
you
heated
did.
about it.
I think you did.
No,
I think I can't stand Goblin. This shit.
No.
turns my
I didn't
stomach.
say I can't stand Goblin. And then,
You started to, but then you caught
Dude.
yourself, and you're like, all right,
Mike,
we're
Mike,
diplomatic.
don't
no.
poke the bear.
Hold on.
Mhm.
What I was going to say was I can't stand the hype behind Goblin, but I didn't get a chance to really put it into words correctly. I'm not apologizing for what I said. I'm just saying I didn't put it into words correctly. I don't have anything wrong with Goblin. We'll put it that way. And I'm going to leave it there. That's it.
Yeah.
We're done talking about Goblin for the rest of the night.
Hey, I
leave it right
respect you. I respect that you went out on a limb and spoke your truth. And you know what? Like I said, you're not alone. I was surprised. There were
Yeah.
quite a few people on your side that were just like, when we were doing it live, they were like, yeah, I agree with Matt. Like, this is crazy. And I've heard
Yeah.
that from some people too. So I think you're just the voice of the voiceless, and I think you should be
Yeah.
proud of that. I think people
mean,
appreciate that.
I'll
Absolutely.
wear that on my shoulder. That's cool. I'll
Yeah.
wear that. Yeah.
They're
Right on.
not for everyone. Yep.
Yeah, they're
That's
really
all I can
not.
say.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't argue with it because I know, like, I'm a huge fan, but I totally get when I play it for somebody and they're just like, "What is this? What is this? I don't get
Yeah.
this. What is this?" You kind of have to be, I don't know. It has to be. It's definitely like an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah.
So it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on. And I thought I'd bring you on so people can start take their shots at you now while they can.
Oh yeah. I figured it was coming.
But no, I appreciate the brutal honesty. That's what's interesting to me. Paul, how are you doing, my man? Were you
Awesome.
out of town here recently? I think.
Yeah, friend's birthday party just south of us this weekend, and did that all weekend. And I've been doing a lot of drum covers. I've got a lot of stuff on the docket, some short snippets, some goblin stuff. Sorry, Matt, but
Dude, come on.
Cover your ears.
Whatever. But no, just some snippets. I've actually been doing some double bass stuff, which is really out of my realm. I picked up a super cheap bass drum, and I've been fucking around with that just to kind of train my left foot to do double bass stuff. And I just, it's been fun so far. It's going to be a huge learning curve, but yeah, I just want to see what I can do with that. So
yeah, that's right on. Dude. What kind of pedals do you have? What kind of double pedals?
I don't have a double. I just two bass drums, and
then you got.
wow.
I got you. You got two kicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cheaper than buying a double pedal. So
yeah,
and I already have two pretty nice single pedals for that. So
I always thought that looked cooler.
Pedal.
I thought that looked cooler when a band had the drummer had two bass drums instead of just the double
Mm-hmm.
kick.
Same here.
Yeah,
that looked cooler.
It's more appealing on the eye, and it's a lot more shit to set up, but it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun to gig with. Yeah, I could never train myself on to do any double bass stuff. Like I had friends that were heavy into that stuff, and I'd try my hand on it. And I was like, this ain't for me. I can't do it. I don't have that type of. I can barely play the drums as it is, but trying to do the double bass thing never worked out for me.
It's hard. It's really hard to do, especially when you start trying to learn all the different techniques, swivel and ankle is really tough. Like that's what I'm trying to train my feet to do is ankle. I can't do heel toe and swivel and all that shit. I just can't do it. So I'm pretty decent at like slower to mid pace double bass and not for long periods of time. I gas out pretty quick. But I'm trying, but I'm with you. I've got an E kit and I don't have like a port for two different kick drums. I guess I could probably figure something out, but I've just got a cheap like double kick pedal, Iron Cobra 200s, nothing fancy.
So pretty decent.
I just remember being young and hearing the double bass part in Metallica's One for the first time. And hearing that and being like, God damn, I want to learn how to do that. Like I want to do that. So that was always my goal was to do that. And I was like, I give up. I can't do that.
It's all about because my right foot, the dominant foot that's been that for fucking, almost 30 years. So now like trying to train your left foot to do that, it's going to take a while, but slow and steady wins the race,
I used to have a Roland V drum kit and I had a pedal called Duelist. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh,
it's a single pedal that does double, and that is
a curious about those.
I ended up selling it and now I can't find one. I want to know.
They're really expensive. I think they're made in Germany. Yeah, they're fucking stupid expensive.
The thing that was cool is I was always trying to work on my swing because I didn't feel like I had enough swing in my drum playing. And that Duelist added this weird swing to the kick drum, like the doubles, because it's giving you a kick on the down and on the up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're using one foot to go like that. It's just, who'd have thought of something like that? It's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Pretty fucking rad. Jace, I have a feeling that you've probably bought and sold more shit than I will ever own in my entire life.
Oh, that's true. Unfortunately, and I'm still buying and selling shit. So
I know.
I'm in the process of trying to recoup things that I shouldn't have sold. Lots of Romero stuff, lots of music gear. So what are you gonna do?
Don't you hate that? I think about that all the time. Like when I get into a pinch, and I think about all the DVDs and VHSs and Blu-rays and stuff I've sold over the years, and I would just like, my God damn, I wish I could I wish I wouldn't have sold a vinyl. Like I've sold so many records over the years that I look back
Yeah.
on now, like, man, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go see if I can find this and see how much it would cost to buy it again. It's like quadruple the
Breaks your heart.
price of what it was from what I even sold it for, and I was just like, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
I'm doing that with 35 millimeter trailers right now. Trying to
That's
recoup
even worse.
ones. I know they got super expensive. I just got student bodies of all the weird ones, and it was cheap. I was like, I love student bodies, so I needed it. You guys have seen student bodies, right?
I have not. No.
I've never.
If I
seen
have,
I've
it's
never
been a
seen
long
Student
time.
Bodies.
You would know it because there's a character that walks around going "sex kills,"
Oh.
and there's a shop teacher that makes horsehead bookends, and he's always ranting about horsehead bookends. And it's a total spoof, from '81 on the slasher series, like right when the slasher series was really on.
The golden age. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Saw
not
it
the
in the
one
theater,
I was thinking of. Then.
And we used to have it in my dad's video store. And my favorite character is this guy named Malvert. He's the janitor of the school that the whole thing takes place in. And his introduction is like my favorite introduction of any character. They're having like a team or a school meeting, and this big lanky guy walks in and just starts peeing in a bucket in the corner. They're like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, pay no attention. That's Malvert. He sometimes does this. And then he looks down and he says, sometimes Malvert pee red. And so that's been like a catchphrase I've said since I was a little kid. They pay it off again later on. I won't spoil how that pee red goes, but it's a great movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't guess I've ever seen that. I think I was thinking of something. Wasn't there something similar? Was it Henenlotter that did something titled similar to that I remember watching years and years ago? Or was it Henenlotter?
Maybe.
I can't remember. But it wasn't '81. It was later on. I think it was like the '90s. I think, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't guess I've ever seen that one. But
Did
yeah,
Henenlotter do brain damage? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, not brain damage. I can't think of what it was called. It was like from like the '90s. I don't know. Oh, let me look it up because it's gonna bother me if I don't. But yeah, it's weird. You mentioned 35 millimeter trailers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a couple of 16 millimeter prints of Dawn of the Dead pop up here recently on eBay that have sold for quite a bit.
I bid on that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
went for way more than I expected.
What did
Well, I
it
think-
wind up selling for? Wasn't it like
It was like
I don't know,
$6,000.
Yeah, it was.
$6,000,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was over
Yeah.
6, I think.
shit?
So
Well-
the funny story with that, I think I might have even mentioned it on my previous appearance, is I lost on a bid for the 16 millimeter.
Bad
cans cut.
biology. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah,
Bad
I haven't seen that.
biology.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that.
It's not great.
Pretty bad.
But that's the one I was thinking of when you said that for some reason. I knew it had something to do with
But,
school, but all right.
Mhm. I lost a bid. It was like $19.99 on eBay for 16 millimeter print of Dawn, and it went for $1,000. And that was like getting all the way up to my max. That was a long time ago. And the guy that won it, I found out through different friends in collecting, because I remember his screen name, and it's Greg Nicotero. It's like, of course.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, did he buy it again? Because I wouldn't put it past him to buy another one. I would if I had his funds. I would have
yeah.
multiple copies.
Oh, absolutely.
That one that just sold was pretty pink too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't avoid
Yeah.
it. for
Very
that.
vibrant. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was so my buddy Eric Walter, he recently just bought a 16 millimeter print of Dawn of the Dead on eBay. He won it flat out, won the
Oh.
bid. It's like $2,000 something. He won it flat out. I guess because he's gonna be on the show next week. I'm gonna have him. He's gonna be on. We'll talk some Romero and stuff, but. Just basically the gist of the story is he won the auction flat out $2,000 for this 16 millimeter print, and the guy messaged him and was like, "Hey man, I think I made a mistake. Like I can't get rid of this. Like my son's a big fan of this," and he's like, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, he was thinking it was going to go for more money than it did, but it was going for 2,000. He was like, "Yeah." So Eric was still like, "Yeah, I still want it," and didn't hear back from him for a while, and then he finally got a message like, "Yeah, I can't sell this to you," and he refunded him his money back. And then come to find out,
man. That's
come to find
gut-wrenching.
out,
Wow.
I know that's happened to me before with a German Dawn of the Dead zombie poster that I won for $5. straight up in an auction. Nobody else bid on it. It started at like $5. I put a $5 bid on it just to watch it, just to keep an eye on it, and nobody else put a bid on it, and I ended up winning it. And then the guy messaged me like a day later and was like, "Oh, you won this fair and square. I'm sorry, I was packaging it up and accidentally ripped the poster, so I'm just gonna refund you your money." And I was like, "No, it's okay. You can still send it." And then he messaged me. He was like, "Oh, well, I already threw it away." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, all right, that's fine, whatever."
And you threw it out. Like, wow.
I was like, "Bullshit." But it turns out the guy that sold that print to Eric was Chris Alexander, who is the former editor for Fangoria.
Oh yeah,
that was the guy that
that's funny.
Yeah. So eBay can suck sometimes, even when it comes to amongst friends.
Big old bitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I get it, like you wanted fair and square, and a deal's a deal, and you should still kind of honor it. The guy won it, and I don't know. I know people that it's what go. You take it to heart, but man, it's just fuck that sucks, man.
Yeah.
$2,000. That's pretty awesome.
I don't have that kind of money to spend on it, but if I did,
no.
Easily I would buy that.
I'd be afraid to run it.
Yeah.
That expensive. And, film gets eaten up by projectors all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
I would probably just keep it on a shelf and just.
Oh, yeah.
be
That's an
glad that I
expensive
have
decoration. Yep.
Yeah. Just an expensive piece of decoration. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got in here so far. We got a Robert Knight 90s in the house. What's up, my man? Saying I won't be watching the movie, but I'll be watching the live stream. I've seen this movie so many times. I love it. Hello, Mike and all. Yeah, this is one I've seen probably dozens and dozens of times. I just rewatched it the other night with the Ian McCullough commentary just to revisit that because it's been a while since I listened to that. And that was actually, that commentary is the first time he actually seen the movie. So you're listening to him watch the movie for the first time.
Oh, man.
It was kind of interesting. I forgot all about that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's up, my man? We got Stugas in the house. My man Grant, what's going on, brother? One of the guys that agreed with Matt about Goblin, so
yeah, there you go.
Matt's got some backup here.
Oh yeah,
we got Steven Ustrack Jr. Howdy campers, what's going on, Steven? We got Liquid Cooler in the house. Zombie is the pinnacle of zombie films. Interesting.
Ooh.
That's a hot take. That's a hot
It's
take
up
in
there.
this room.
That's kind of a hot take.
Yeah,
that's a hot take for sure.
Or cooler take in this sense.
A cooler
To
take.
the crew.
Bonnie, how you doing, Bonnie? Bonnie Bailey's in the house. Good to see Bonnie as always. Steven says there's a very simple reason Goblin is legend. They're alive. That's true. You're entitled to your opinion. While I don't agree with it completely, I've heard much worse. See the Martin incident. Yeah, I've gotten more shit from Steven about other things than that, Matt. So you should feel okay about that.
Yeah. Well, what's the refresh my memory? The Martin incident. Did he? I guess he's not a fan of Martin.
No, it was when I had Grande on and we did the ranking the Romero VHS covers a couple of weeks back. And we were both in agreement that every Martin VHS cover that came up was top tier. Even the bad ones, the bad overseas ones, the one from the UK with like the weird, it looked like Dracula Dead and Loving It. And the
I love that one.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
The funkier
One with
they
the
were.
Chalice of Blood. I like that one too.
The funkier they were, the more we liked it. And it was just driving Steven out of his mind. So yeah, I don't think he'll ever forgive us for that one. But let's see, Todd Bond, what's going on, Todd? Says my grandpa had a 35mm print of Dawn. Wish he'd left it to me. What'd he do with it? Just sell it?
Yeah.
Where does he still got it? I mean, I don't know if he's still around or not, but if he is, let us know.
We got to dog ear that comment, man.
Let's see. Robert says Zombie might be the best non-Romero zombie movie. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys consider this the best non-Romero zombie film, or what would your opinion be on that?
No.
No.
There's so many that I would put above
it's pretty
it.
high up there.
Lucio Fulci.
Oh yeah, I would
like,
probably say
yeah.
I like City of the Living Dead.
You and I are probably in agreement that City of the Living Dead is that's my favorite non-Romero zombie film. Absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's hard to even. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's hard to even like consider because the zombies in Zombie are so different than Romero zombies on almost a completely separate level. I mean, besides the fact that they eat flesh and get shot in the head to die. Like I know the zombies in Fulci's zombie were more inspired by I Walked with the Zombie. You know what I mean? More of like the hoodoo voodoo type shit. So I mean, it's almost like, I mean, I guess you could say they're cut from the same cloth, but I consider Romero zombies kind of like way over here. You know what I mean? And then all the other zombies are kind of over here. Even Fulci zombies are kind of like way over here. You know what I mean? Almost
Fulci
completely
zombies are like, I don't know, just not mean spirited, but they're more, I don't know.
They're scary.
They're more terrifying, more gruesome. Whereas Romero zombies are almost more lovable, like
sympathetic.
And you can almost see like Romero. He has more sympathy for the zombies in his films than like Fulci did for his. Like Fulci used the zombies as more of the monster, as opposed to where Romero would use them as like they're actually the good guys. Like he's more on their side than he was the human side.
Social commentary bit,
sure. It's a totally different way of presenting the zombies in the genre.
And when you talk about City of the Living Dead, I mean, those are fucking, like, there's some scary shots of just the zombies' faces in that. And again, completely different than from Romero. I mean, there's zombies that are doing funny stuff in Romero's movies, but not in any Fulci movie. There's just lifeless. We're going to fucking eat you. And that's it, you know?
That should have been the tagline on the poster. Instead of
we are going to fucking eat you.
We are going to fucking eat you.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta say, I gotta go with Burial Ground. As it's just a farce, and the gore is awesome, and the soundtrack is fucking awesome.
Everybody loves Burial Ground, man.
Yeah.
That was
Peter Bart.
That's
it.
Most of the people that came to the screening I did of that hadn't seen Burial Ground, and so their first time watching it was in a movie theater. It was beautiful.
Oh, I'm
just I would love to have been there for
like,
that.
Here we go.
Was Peter Bart there?
Just for the tit biting scene alone.
No,
I just wanted to see people's reactions to that.
Yeah, I filmed it in my episode. I have it like that. The reaction, you could hear the audience laughing and screaming at the tit biting.
Like, what is this?
And my wife and I, because she was there, and so we always are going, Michael, you know, using words. And I was like, Michael, I love your breasts, mother.
Mama. Yeah.
We just got to peek
Your
into
breath smells
Jace's
like
foreplay here.
Oh Jesus!
The role play there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my favorite non-Romero zombie film would be 28 Days Later. That's the one that affected me the most growing up. But this is up there. I mean, Zombie is probably my favorite Fulci film out of all of them. Like I like, you know, a bunch of different ones. I've said before, like you know, Don't Torture a Duckling, maybe his best film, and that's one I just watched for the first time not that long ago. But as I was watching it, I was like, man, this is pretty fucking good. Like, whereas like some of Fulci's later stuff is like enjoyable, but not in a like, oh, this is technically a great movie type of way. Whereas Duckling is like, this is technically a great movie. Like, this is fantastic.
Yeah, that was Don't Torture Duckling to me was pretty much peak Fulci. I mean, of course, after that we get all the zombie stuff, but that film does it for me. It just does it. You know what I mean?
Well, Zombie was kind of the turning point in Fulci's career, because before that he, you know, did Duckling and, you know, The Psychic, and it was more higher brow, more. I mean, there was still like, you know, some violence and stuff included in those films, of course, but it wasn't to the level that he would go to after, you know, in Zombie, and then all the stuff after Zombie. It was like he saw like, oh, this is, you know, this is what the people want. I'm going in this direction now.
Well, yeah. Zombie was his first like real horror film. And then after that, he kind of just, let's make more. And even, what is it, Cat in the Brain, where he's talking to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is like, why don't you just stop making horror movies? And he's like, that's what everybody wants. That's what makes money. That's what everybody wants of me, you know? And, which was true. I mean, that was true. So, but have
you guys seen Contraband?
Oh yeah. I love Contraband.
That's so fucking good.
Dude, that's the thing, is like a lot of Fulci's films, like if you watch Fulci for the violence and the gore, you don't just have to watch his zombie shit. Like that's in everything else that he does. You know?
And it's right there smack dab in between Zombie and City of the Living Dead and the Beyond. Like, it's a fucking gore fest. Just awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. It's fucking rad.
All right, sold.
That's one
I have to
of
check it out.
Oh,
You haven't
Jace,
seen that, Jace?
you've got
I
to see
haven't.
it, dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
It's like one of the
The
best
death-
gangster films ever.
All right.
Yeah, it all involves somebody getting shot, but they don't just get shot; they fucking explode.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
They get shot.
Yeah,
Period.
But, do you know
and you froze.
DeRossi, did he do the special effects for Contraband also? Do you know?
Yeah,
I know he was a big Fulci player for many of his
Mhm.
films.
Yeah, Gianetto De Rossi, and then there was
Yeah.
Gino De Rossi.
Yeah.
But it was Gianetto who did all the prime
Gianetto.
Fulci
Yeah,
stuff.
he did
Yeah,
all that shit.
his
Yeah.
signature like gore and stuff is right there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, Jace, you got to
Fulci
see that.
Savini.
Man.
I will.
Awesome.
I was going to say I would watch it for my November horror movie appreciation month, but it's not a horror movie, so
Yeah.
I'll watch it. But I just
You know what?
listed it. So.
There's some weird, like, kind of not fantasy elements, but there's some dreamlike signature Fulci stuff in it that you can see it transitioned into City of the Living Dead. I feel like, and
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they were both made in the same year, but it just
Mhm.
has this undertone. There's something scary going on here, but it's just a fucking mafia movie.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
it's weird like that. It's Fulci, so
Yeah. And I beg anybody listening, anybody that's watching or whatever, if you've only seen Fulci's zombie films, like you've got to go back and go through his filmography. I mean, even going back to White Fang. White Fang's an awesome movie. For the Apocalypse. I mean, nobody
yeah,
talks
that's a good one.
about his westerns anymore. I know maybe not everybody is a huge fan of westerns, but I'm telling you, go watch For the Apocalypse. That'll change your
Mhm.
mind. That is a fucking beautiful film. Beautiful.
It
film.
is. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with Fulci. Is like he's known as like the gore guy to a lot
That was towards
of,
the
lot of
end.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, he'd done westerns, comedies, shallows. Like he's kind of dabbled in everything, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring. Todd said he sold it. Unfortunately, he passed away in the early '90s.
Uh,
I'll be curious to see what he sold it for all the way back then. Probably $20 or something like that. Probably.
Yeah.
back then.
Adjust for inflation,
We got Eerie Guts in the house. What's going on, my man? This is Colin. Fantastic artist. Go check his stuff out. I think he's on Instagram. I think it's Eerie Crips on Instagram. Says, hell yeah, love Zombie. One of those films that shook me as a kid when renting. What do you guys remember the first time you heard of Zombie and the first time you actually watched it for the first time? Do you guys remember your
I
first
definitely
time?
do. Yeah.
Oh
Nobody
yeah.
forgets
Yeah.
their first time.
You never forget the first time, baby.
No.
No. Well, see, like the first time I'd even heard of it, I'd already kind of discovered George's stuff, and then there was this website back in the day when websites were, you could find a website on anything, and
Yeah.
early internet for me, I'm just like looking at like
What the fuck is the internet?
exactly, and I just assumed that you put anything in .com, something will pop up. Like my first experience with porn when I was younger was I just typed in sex.com.
Oh
and
yeah,
something came
I've been
up.
there.
I was like,
I went there too, dude. I did,
Porn
and
Something
he was
came
hooked
up.
ever since.
So when I was younger, I just went, okay, scarymovies.com. And there was a whole website about all kinds of different scary movies and stuff. And they had their categories, and one was zombies. And of course, they had all of Romero's stuff and all that. But then there was this one called Zombie, and it was just like this one image of just like these weird in the woods. Like I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. That looks different. That looks like a different kind of zombie movie. And they had one audio clip back when they had like the low res audio clips. You could click and just listen and be like, wow, you can hear things.
Real player.
Yeah, like Real Player
Yeah.
or something. So I'd click
QuickTime.
on it, and there's just the quote, Richard Johnson's quote of just like, whatever it is, it makes the dead stand up and walk. And I remember hearing that and I'm like, man, this is so weird and so interesting. But a couple of years later, I saw it in a video store in Madisonville, Kentucky, when me and my cousin were there. And that was the first place that I had rented, like the Crazies, and the first place I'd rented. So they had the best selection of horror movies on VHS back in the day. And they had Zombie. I was like, that's the one I've been looking for forever. Like, I got to watch this. So I went back and watched it at my grandparents' house with my aunt and my grandparents. And they were just like, what in the fuck are you watching? Like, what is this?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is this cheesy, ultra gory stuff you're watching? Like, so I remember that was the first time I'd ever seen it. But I always associated it. And when you mentioned it, Jace, earlier before we came on, I always associated it with rottencotton.com. I remember
Yep.
because
Oh,
that
yeah.
was always
Yep.
like the
Me too.
main thing on there.
Yeah.
So I always associated zombie with rotten cotton. Um,
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it always had like
And
this otherworldly vibe to me when I was
now
younger.
Mhm.
he's putting out the graphic novels for it
Mm.
through
Yes,
Vinegar
he
Syndrome.
is.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any of
That's
those,
right.
Jace?
I have the Vinegar Syndrome one, and I've got some original ones. Like he did one that came with little. It's like a little 45, but it's not a 7-inch. It's a 5-inch 45
Yeah.
of the theme.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Steven Romano, I think he's the one that does all those graphic novels and stuff. He was actually I think he did the Phantasm that comic that came out like 20 years ago, but he was also the one that did the script for Phantasm Forever that never got
Mhm.
made. It was a script that I guess he'd pitched to Don Coscarelli, and it was in the works to get made for a long time, but it never took any traction. Kind of like Phantasm 1999. But yeah, always thought that was really cool. I picked up and that's how I actually found out that he was the one that did all this. Was I picked up the zombie graphic novel set that I guess they
Mhm.
put out. Was it earlier this year?
Mhm.
Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah.
Yep.
And I saw Steven Romano on there, and then I started doing some digging and found all that shit out. So I thought that was pretty cool connection there.
Yeah, I actually have one of those Phantasm comics that he signed. I actually met him at a
Oh,
Fangoria.
do you really?
Yeah, in Burbank, I think. It was like when it was still Fangoria Weekend of Horrors.
Oh
And
man.
I had Sean's. I still have the original zombie comic that he put out. It was like a graphic novel with the soundtrack CD included. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
And I think Chaz Ballin did the cover art for that one, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Man,
I've been
that's
collecting
crazy.
his stuff for a while, and I still am.
Yeah.
Obviously, wearing his stuff right now.
Like I said, you've probably come in contact and lost more shit than I'll ever own
Yep.
ever.
Yep.
So I would die to have one of those Phantasm comics, man. That's incredible. They're so hard to find now. It's like the novelization, the Kate Coscarelli novelization. You can't find it
I've been
for
looking
like
for one of those. Yeah.
anything less for like $3,000. It's
Right.
insane. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude. It's fucking
Damn.
wild.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What about you, Paul? You guys remember your first
Oh,
experience
God.
with zombie?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was not long after I first saw Dawn, and I was one day. It was like early 2000. No, actually, late 2003. I was at my local half price books. I'm going across the small DVD shelf of DVDs because DVDs were still kind of new at that point. I mean, they were still coming to the forefront, but at 2003, and I saw this one black case just said zombie. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? Okay, interesting. It was like $4. I picked it up and got it home and watched it, and I was not impressed the first time I saw it. And I remember reading the back, and it's like, oh, zombies on fire, exploding heads. I'm like, okay, there's going to be some gore in this. And even with the gore at the time, I just wasn't impressed. I was so immersed in like Romero zombie stuff that
Yeah.
I just didn't impress me. So it took me a long time to kind of warm up to it. And it was kind of scary at the time. I mean, I wasn't like terrified of it, didn't give me nightmares, but I'm like, damn, this is bleak too. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
It
yeah,
ended
yeah.
kind of on a shitty note. But I was impressed by the music. I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking catchy. I like this. It's not as catchy as the Goblin stuff, but it was. I'm like, okay, maybe I could get into soundtracks. So eventually, the Frizzy stuff kind of elevated me to get into horror movie soundtracks and the Italian stuff too. Like, there's some thousands of awesome records out there. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, and now watching it again, past I'd say since 2007, 8, and we covered it in the band Savini Effect. It's fucking awesome. It's such a great movie.
cover,
It's a
by the way, too.
masterpiece.
That one,
Thank you
that
very
one
much.
stood
Yeah.
out when I listened.
That was the first one we ever played together when I tried out for the band, and yeah, it just was perfect. Everything clicked just right.
Yeah, I'd say I felt that way about a lot of Fulci stuff the first time I watched it, and it's like any Italian stuff. Really, the first time I watched it growing up, it was because, like I said, it's kind of an acquired taste, and it's like when you're
Yeah.
younger and you're used to watching American horror stuff, it's a different thing when you go to the old Italian stuff and you're first
Yeah.
watching it and you're like, this is weird. Like, this is just, I don't know how to feel about this, but, you know, over time, and I also think like the quality of of the releases have gotten better over time. So the first time you see, you know, the old VHS of Zombie, or the old VHS specifically for me, like House by the Cemetery, the first time I saw that, I didn't like it at all. I was just like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
is this? And the Bob's voice was just like, this is
Yeah.
unbearable.
Oh yeah.
But over time,
Giovanni
like,
Fredwell,
the
whatever his
more I
name is,
watched
yeah.
it, the more I
Screaming.
watched, I got the DVD, got the Blu-ray, and I was like, oh, this is actually, I like this a lot, actually. So I just think over time, these movies kind of have to grow on you. It's not one that you
Yeah.
just casual. Like, I don't know any casual Italian horror fans that are just like, it's fine. You're either like, you're in it or you're not. Like, it's either
Exactly,
your
yeah.
thing or it's not your thing.
And
Mhm.
once you develop that taste, it's like I can't fucking stop. I just
Yeah,
gotta
there's
keep going.
nothing
Oh,
else
yeah.
like
What
it.
else is
There's
out
nothing
there?
else
Yeah.
like it.
Nothing.
Oh
It's
my
a different
God.
world.
Yeah. And like, again, with the soundtrack, you know, you look at giant, huge orchestral symphonic soundtracks, and, you know, they had huge budgets, you know, John Williams, obviously. But you look at like the Italians, and they were pressed for time, pressed for budget. Like, okay,
Money. Yeah.
Fabio Frizzi, do what you can. Here's some studio time.
Yeah.
Build me a theme, you know, and it's fucking iconic, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the simplicity of it, like, I miss that in horror movies now. Like,
Yeah.
I could see a movie yesterday, a modern horror movie from yesterday, and I couldn't tell you anything about the score or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks with me. But those, you know, the John Carpenter stuff, the Fritzy stuff, Goblin stuff, like back in the day, like when I'd hear that first time, it would just it's almost like gets in your blood, to the point where like you would hear things in other songs that remind you of it, and you begin to like those songs because it reminds you of the soundtrack from the movie you like. And it's just like, I don't hear
yeah.
anything like that anymore in modern film, but unless it's something like the Maniac remake soundtrack by Rob, which is one that's is perfect. There's very few and far between for me these days.
And generally, if I'm seeing it going into a new movie like that, or one I want to see, I'll always look up the composer and see he did that. Well, what else has he done? You know, like Steve Moore. I want to like everything he's done. I want to see that. You know,
Yeah.
does the movie reflect the soundtrack or vice versa? You know,
What all has he done? I'm not familiar with that.
Steve Moore.
Yeah.
All the Joe Begos stuff. The past 10 years or so. This movie called Mayhem with Stephen Yeun. That was a good movie.
Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, besides his work with Zombie, Steve Moore has done just some killer fucking soundtracks. Suitable Flesh with Heather Graham. He did that one recently. That was a good movie. Yeah, just the guy's some great composer.
Yeah, I try, like, I don't know, very few and far between do I come across like a score or something in a modern film that's like, oh wow, that sticks with me, and I want to know more about them, and I'll watch a movie specifically because they did the score. Like,
Yep, exactly.
you know, it's very few and far between anymore. Robert says, I like the look of the zombies in Lucio Fulci's movies more than Romero's, generally speaking. I don't think that's too much of a controversial thing. I think if you're more of a fan of the gory,
Yeah, they're
look,
they're like grittier. Yeah, they're more.
yeah.
They're just
kinda
like rub some dirt on it,
Yeah,
That's basically what they did. They was just like clay.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it was just
You
play.
know.
That's all it was.
Punching
Yeah.
plate,
Yeah.
put some blood appliance over here. But also, like, with looking like the way they did, like the camera work, how they showed the zombies was fucking so impressive in Zombie.
Yeah,
Oh my
Sergio
God.
Savati. That dude was
Oh,
an awesome
awesome piece.
cinematographer.
Yep.
Yeah. He the way that he lit them from underneath to
Yeah.
give him this weird like
Mhm.
immediacy to sort of highlight
It's like
certain
when you're trying to
shadows. and
scare
stuff.
your siblings
Super menacing.
when you're
Yeah.
younger. You hold the flashlight under, to give you that.
Exactly,
that
yeah.
look. Steven says The City of the Living Dead, even a zombie film. That's one that I kind of go back and forth on because I actually don't really consider it a straight up zombie film as much as this or any other zombie film, because it's a little more. There's a little more to it. It doesn't have the beats of a normal zombie film that I kind of look for. What do you guys
That's
think?
true. They're not really eating people, and they're teleporting. So
Yeah,
Right.
So that's
They have mind
powers.
control. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's more going on.
Yeah.
there.
The vomit,
It's almost
the guts.
almost like
Yeah.
Lovecraftian, and sort of how they
Yep.
they shift and teleport here and there. It's almost like they're ethereal. They're from a different realm or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not physical like zombie.
You guys know the review? Maybe it was on one of the DVD boxes, but it was like somebody called the ones in City like hallucinogenic. That was like a hallucinogenic horror movie. Maybe because of all the weird like the teleporting and stuff like that. I remember reading that one time, and it was like, man, it kind of is like it's fucked up in that sense. They're doing weird
Yeah.
stuff and they make them super terrifying. You know,
Yeah.
A lot
Like,
of
this
Fulci
priest
stuff
is
from
making
that
her
time, like
vomiting
I
guts.
kind of feel the same way about like the Beyond too. Is kind of
Mhm.
that's more of a supernatural.
Oh, yeah,
zombie
absolutely.
thing more
Yeah,
so.
they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
really eating in that one as much either. I mean,
Yeah.
They're just
zombie is
there.
really the one
Yeah.
where they're eating.
Yeah,
Which, of course, I love the eating scenes. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
we all love eating.
You know,
Yeah,
I gotta
the,
say, I think The Beyond is my favorite Fulci movie. I think
Well,
it's
that's
just
what
it has everything you could ever want in a Fulci movie at that time. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Great
so perfect.
score,
Yeah,
great
Mhm.
atmosphere. The whole setting is great. That
the
intro's
shots are
great.
great. Yeah.
Mhm. The gore
Yeah.
is off the charts.
Oh my god. And Matt, you did some locations for that, right? Oh,
No,
and
not for
Infinity too.
the Beyond. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did
You
a
did
bunch
City
of
of the
stuff
Living
for City of the Living Dead, but I did. I shared with Jace. That was sort of my entry point into Fulci. Was the Beyond. I remember. I think it was. There's a website called House of Horrors. You guys remember that? Way back in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I seem to
Sounds
vaguely remember
familiar.
that.
I was
No, it
probably
sounds
there.
familiar.
Yeah, it was. They did a bunch of stuff on a bunch of different horror movies, and there was one section just for Fulci, and there was sort of this profile on the Beyond, and there was this image of the Jill character getting her fucking head blown off by David Warbeck, and just that, you know what I'm talking about, where she's got her head
Oh,
kicked
yeah.
back, and her teeth are showing, and there's that giant hole in her head. There was something
Yeah.
about that. As like a 14 or 15-year-old kid, I was just like, holy shit. Like, I've got to find out what this shit is.
What is
Mhm.
this?
And
Well, you don't see
And,
kids injured in movies like that.
No,
yeah,
never.
but it looks
Oh,
so
I mean,
realistic. It looks
Look
so
at the
real.
way they handled the kids getting shot by Peter at the airport in Dawn of the Dead, where it's sound
Yeah,
effects,
you don't
really,
see it.
not
Yeah.
squibs or anything. But then in the Beyond, they're like,
Oh,
let's just blow her head off open.
it's just so
Yeah.
brutal and it's quick and
Yeah.
it's like that just happened. Oh,
Yes. Oh man, that shit hooked me in, and that's when I kind of segued into zombie after that. And was it you, Paul, that said you didn't really like it when you first saw it, or was it you, Mike?
no, I didn't. No, not at the time.
Yeah,
It took me a
I
long
was
time
the
to warm
same
up to
way.
it.
It was like it was a little too grimy for me at the time, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can smell these fucking things, and I don't know. It
Right?
was just
Yeah.
like it was.
I've
it was
always
just not
that's what
my,
I've always said about Fulci's films. Like you can smell the gore. That was always my.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
was something about it that just seemed dirtier. And of course, in Zombie, you got the sick people in the beds that are dying. They got vomit all over their face, and you can hear
Yeah.
the flies buzzing around. You can feel the heat from the island. It just seems sweaty and stinky and gross. And
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a completely
Well, so like Romero zombies,
Where's the
most of
positivity?
them-
You know?
right?
Yeah.
Most of like Romero zombies, at least in Night and Dawn, they're sort of like fresh. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Zombie, there's like a focus on the putrefaction. Like they're just fucking rotting. Like they are from the
Yeah.
earth. It is so disgusting.
And the use of like the worms,
Yeah, I really don't
and
like this movie that much.
maggots and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just Fulci was like, I got to do something. We're gonna do something completely different than what George did with Dawn, because I mean, this movie was spawned from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Fulci
Let's
was
not
like,
forget
all right,
that.
well, yeah, if we're gonna do this, I mean, I want to do something different. I want to go in a different direction. I want to make them more disgusting, more dead, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
But with extra marinara sauce.
Yes.
extra baklava.
Ah, fuck are you?
Um,
That was an Asian person.
And that really depends on who you talk to too. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if you talk to the script writers, they'll tell you that they were, that script was written well before Dawn ever came out. And then
I
it
could
was
see
really
that.
more towards like the producers getting involved, seeing the money that Dawn made. That's when they decided to start kind of making some of these tweaks and changes. Fulci didn't want to change it. Fulci didn't want
No.
anything to do with fucking Dawn of the Dead. And
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever knew this, but Argento actually filed a lawsuit against Fulci and the production company. He lost because the judge was like, "Oh, zombie's too generic of a name." He didn't decide to rule in his favor, and Fulci's made the comment in the past something about zombies don't belong to Argento; they belong to like Haiti and Cuba, or something like that. So, but which is that's kind of fascinating history.
Zombie 2, calling it Zombie 2 might be a
well, the title change, absolutely, yeah. But as far as the influence and what the zombies are and how Fulci wanted the zombies to act like, that had nothing to do with Romero or Dawn of the Dead. And you know, he went to his grave with that.
Wasn't there the original? It was like Nightmare Island was the original
Island of the Living Dead.
I think. Well, there was the very first script before Dawn of the Dead. It was called Nightmare Island, and it was, but when Dawn of the Dead came out in '78 in Italy, they saw the popularity of that, and they molded that script into something different because Fulci it wasn't even the original choice for the director. Like they'd reached out to Umberto Lenzi before Fulci. They'd reached out to a couple of different directors before Fulci took the job. So I don't know. I say, yeah, it's definitely inspired by Dawn of the Dead. It just is.
It's
like they can say it's not. You can say, you know, but it's different. It's its own thing, and thank God for that. But if they try to deny that, it's like, oh, we didn't want it. We're not Dawn of the Dead or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, come on.
Oh no. There's absolutely some connective tissue there for sure. Yeah. But it just depends on how influenced do you think it might be. It's it's nobody
dead people walking around eating human flesh.
Exactly. You know,
like,
that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, there's influence there. All right, you guys ready to get this thing started?
Absolutely.
Get it rolling. So if anybody wants to watch along at home, I'll give you guys a couple seconds to get it queued up. But I got mine, like I said. I'm revisiting the old school Anchor Bay DVD of Zombie. This was from 2002. So this is early Anchor Bay here. And I took a glance at it earlier to make sure it still works. I hadn't watched this version in a while, and I was just kind of blown away. I was telling you guys, I was kind of blown away by how bad it looks. Because I remember watching it back in the day on DVD, and you're like, wow, this is so clear. But then, you know, you upgrade to the 4K from Blue Underground, and this is like a whole other world. I highly recommend anybody out there that doesn't have, if you're a fan of Zombie, or if you're a fan of Fulci, this is the version of this movie to have. I know Arrow just did one in the UK for Zombie Flesh Eaters. I don't know what that one looks like. But as far as the US goes, I think this is the Blue Underground it's amazing looking.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do a countdown. Everybody got it queued up and ready to go?
Absolutely.
Yep. So I'm going to do the normal countdown. It'll be 3, 2, 1, press play now. And on now, we'll all press play, and we'll try to all be on the same scene as much as possible. And I think we'll get it going.
Does yours have the intro, like the Anchor Bay credits? Because mine is digital, and there's no credit. It just goes right in.
Yeah, mine just starts right away.
Yeah, mine just
it's very
starts
abrupt. Starts right away.
Yep.
I'll hit play, and then you'll hear the jungle drums and the gun raising.
Yep.
I hear menu music.
Yep.
All right, you guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press play now. Yeah. All right, there we go.
Juicy.
Mm-hmm. Great squib work.
I remember seeing this for the first time, and just the abruptness of how it opens. It's just boom, boom, and it's just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
What's this? What's going on here? And I specifically remember seeing this for the first time, and how dark it is, which is supposed to be that dark because it's supposed to be kind of mysterious, and thinking like, I'm not gonna be able to see anything in this movie. Like, what? It's so poorly lit. What is this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you guys know, I believe it's Maurizio Guarini doing the tapping on the microphone for the drum beat from Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's listed uncredited
Yep.
on the soundtrack on IMDb.
I gotta say, got a chance to meet Ian McCullough at Living Dead Weekend a couple weeks ago, and couldn't have been more impressed. And have just how cool he was, like just so like we stood there and talked to him at the table when we were getting that autograph for you, Matt. We were sitting there and talked to him for like it seemed like 30 minutes, and he just kept going.
Wow.
He just kept telling stories. He'd talk about Peter Cushing, and like he worked with Peter
Wow.
Cushing. He was telling a story about having dinner at Peter Cushing's house.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and just the nicest guy in the world.
That's great. That's all. I'm
That's
so glad
awesome.
you got. Man, I wish I could have been there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys were sorely missed for sure. Son of a bitch.
We will be there in June. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Counting the days. Counting the days.
Damn it, my movie froze.
Oh no.
No.
Let us know if we need to start over or anything.
Yeah, we're at least by my count, we're at like 227 right now, or 230.
Yeah, 230.
Mhm.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. I'll see if I can figure this out real quick. I'll catch up to you. Damn
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you you guys probably already know this, but all the aerial shots, like all the helicopter shots, that was a guided, like this stuff right here. They paid for like a guided tour, and that's how they got on that helicopter. So they didn't get a permit or hire rent a helicopter to avoid the cost of the helicopter. So
That's
they did
smart.
no permits involved in this for
Oh yeah. Yeah, lots of stolen shots in this film, and I just think that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And it works perfect. It looks great, you know?
Oh yeah. Can you imagine being that dude flying the helicopter though, and like these Italian guys keep coming up here with fucking cameras? Like,
yeah,
what is this about?
Why are they painting Lyra?
Right. Matt, do you have the boat zombie trick or treat bust?
I do. Yes, I've got them all. I've got pretty much every bust that Trick or Treat put out.
Yep. I want them to do more, of course.
Well, I don't know that they will. I know that they
No, they won't. I don't think they sold well enough.
They didn't. They were very expensive.
Yep.
I remember when they were first coming out with them, like when I saw the Dawn of the Dead one, the airport zombie, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than it was, especially for the price. I thought it was, $80, $90. I thought I was expecting like a big bust, and it winds up being kind of this little small skinny guy, and they were all like that.
So I love that bus though. I love what they do with that though, putting the Monroeville Mall thing on the back and the Iron City thing on the back, and all the little
that is so cool, man. Thank you, Will, for watching and listening. Thank you. That is awesome, and Michelle too. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Romero bust. Oh yeah, awesome.
I was going to ask, have you guys ever heard that horn sound in all the Italian movies when they're by water? It's the what? You guys ever notice that? I think I might have found what it is, but I'm not for sure. It's like an old World War II. It's called a Corvette ship. This really huge blasting horn sound. But in all the Italian movies, when they're by like a harbor water, you can hear it plain as day. It's always there. It's only in the Italian movies, but I always thought that was cool because it's iconic to all the Italian horror movies and film movies too.
The winch is broken.
There's that sound.
Yep. Yeah. Love that.
Must be on their sound effects libraries in Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if DeWolf might have that somewhere.
Possible. Talk about being able to smell a movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
God.
just about to say
So
that.
gross.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Grimy.
But just the use of like insects and the
Always,
night
yeah,
crawlers or whatever.
maggots.
It's like it's
The
always
Living Dead,
something. Just
especially, just the
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
food that the
Yeah.
priest would smear on the girl. It's like, that's
Yeah.
gross. Do you pull that out of his
Yeah.
diaper?
Well, in the scene where they're at the bar and all the maggots come flying through the window, a lot of that was
Yeah.
real
Right.
maggots.
yeah,
Real
It's
maggots,
fucking
yeah.
wild. Yeah, real shit. Comes Fat Boy.
Well, Uncle Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's
Uncle
called Uncle
Reed,
Reed?
yes.
Looks just like him.
Mhm.
I wonder if Savini had like if this influenced him on that at all for the Uncle Reed.
Well, that was
zombie
Optic
nickname.
Nerve, but maybe because Savini gave them guidance.
Oh.
Mhm.
So awesome.
Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Yep.
Yeah. That shot with the bridge in the background is just fucking
Mhm.
awesome.
It's perfect. Time of day and everything.
Yeah.
Some of that like close up of the zombie's face.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier. All right, I think I'm caught up to you guys now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So have you guys seen that publicity still of the zombie coming out of the water at the
I was
docks?
just gonna mention that, yeah. Was that like a deleted scene maybe?
I have no idea. I can only guess that it was.
Yeah.
But that it made it to like lobby cards is crazy.
Yeah, I remember seeing
I
that.
remember seeing that. Yeah.
So then was that like that's how they got into the city, or was it from the cop that got bit? Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, they're coming
Yeah.
across the bridge at the end.
Right, yeah.
That's what I always assumed that when the zombie falls into the water, because he doesn't get shot in the head, he just kind of
Right.
falls into the water. I
Yeah.
just always assumed he floated, and I think that shot maybe is a deleted scene or something where he's coming out of the
Yeah.
water at some point. I don't know.
Well, but
Ah.
you see the cops starting to rise in the morgue there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So there's sort of implied, and there's Fulci and his cameo.
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Not speaking a lick of fucking English right now.
No.
Oh no.
Give me that sign. Here, 15. Is there something big? Oh, go around. See what you can find. Okay. West. Keep the British out of your pros, huh? Don't take advantage of the fact your uncle bought the paper. As if I would.
Have any of you guys ever visited any of the New York City locations?
Nope.
for Any of this stuff?
Oh. I've only been to New York City once.
I've never
so-
been to New York, so. But I think I remember seeing here recently. I think it was Steel Man, and fucking
Where's
Shoe
your
Zombie or
partner?
whatever. I think I saw they posted something on Living Dead Weekend or something. They were just in New York and they were at one of the spots from Zombie, I think.
Oh.
How long
That's
did
cool.
you last?
Interesting.
I know my buddy Byron. He's been to the cemetery from City of the Living Dead, the one that was shot in New York. I know he's been to a couple of those locations. That's the only locations I haven't been yet for City of the Living Dead is up there in New York.
Yeah. Man hiding on
Are you talking about Byron Stone?
Yeah, Byron. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just at Weekend of the Dead too. I was.
he
Joe?
was. Yeah, he was.
No
overseas.
shit. Wow.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yep, he gets
I-
around.
Yeah, he got some great pictures.
It sucks that that convention's going to be no more because I would have always loved to try and gone to that one.
Yeah, that'd have been
No
cool.
kidding.
Looked like they had some pretty cool photo ops at that too.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like Byron had got most of them.
Oh,
That's, as I said, I was jealous. I was like, oh man, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah. I did notice though that some of the zombies weren't in makeup or costume during the photo ops. Like I know
Mhm.
Mark Tierno, he wasn't dressed up like Beef Treeps. He was just chilling like behind. I don't know.
Mine was helmet.
It was cool to see Mike Christopher though, in full
Yeah.
makeup and full getup. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you know why he doesn't come to Pittsburgh?
I always heard he didn't like flying. I always heard that
Okay.
was the thing.
Well.
He didn't want to fly anymore. He wasn't a fan
But
of
if he went to the
flying.
UK, then he
Right.
must be okay with it.
Or they paid for everything for him to
Yeah,
fly him
or
over
the-
there.
Yeah. Or they
Oh, yeah,
gave him a
there you
shitload of
go.
Money.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah,
just like,
maybe
we'll
that's
give
what it
you
was.
this. We'll give you a shitload of money. You fly over here one time.
Mhm.
He's like, all right, I guess. Because he doesn't really do a lot of any convention anymore. Like he used to do comic
He
book
used to do a
conventions
lot.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him do one in quite some time. Unless it's down where he's at, because I think he's in Florida now. So
Mhm.
unless it's
Yeah.
down in that area. But
Pass me the scalpel. I wouldn't be able to cut my way through tissue paper with that, let alone carry out an autopsy.
all of this
What a pair of
corny
your
ass dialogue in here.
doctor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an attempt at a
Little bit of
comedic
humor.
relief.
Yeah.
Like those keyboards.
Yeah, and according to him, Frizzy, this was not even like not Mellotron. It was all like I think it was a Yamaha CS60 or CS80, which is like the giant keyboard. Like Vangelis used one of those that he used for all the orchestral stuff and like choir sounds in Zombie. But after that, like City and the Beyond, he used a Mellotron like exclusively, like a mini Mogan thing.
Have you guys ever met Frizzy? I know a couple of y'all went and saw him live too, right?
Yeah, he's
I haven't met him
so
yet.
fucking awesome.
Mm-mm.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Very humble. Yeah, I gave him some
Yeah.
Savini effect stuff, and he
Cool,
signed my
cool.
my digital Mellotron that I brought last year.
That's
It was
awesome.
super cool.
No,
I have his
I've
autobiography.
never even
It's really
seen,
good.
Never seen him live either. That's one I'd love to.
Oh, he
see
kicks
him
ass
live.
live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome
and
show.
this year he did another tour doing Zombie, but like he did one show in Chicago again, and it was the Beyond, and I couldn't fucking make it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
my God. I know Eric Kent said I think you did too, Jace. You saw him do the Beyond score, and that one was really good. The
No,
composer's cut,
I saw Composer's Cut for Zombie.
Yeah, that's what I
Now-
saw too.
not the
Not
Beyond.
Beyond. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I would love to have
Was
seen
it
that
Eric?
too, but yeah, it had to be Eric.
Yeah.
I think he was only playing Zombie in the cities that he hadn't played it in yet, or something like that, right?
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
other cities he was playing the Beyond and some other shit too.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, first time I saw him was in San Francisco at a place called the Chapel, that is a converted church that's now a music
Wow.
venue. It's beautiful. It was great. I mean,
That would have been.
and
super
he
cool.
did the whole thing like John Carpenter and Goblin, where he had film clips projected behind him,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
he did like almost his entire, like everything you wanted to hear. He did it.
of course. Yeah. Oh,
Sorry if I frightened you, but if I hadn't done that, you'd
No, I just remember. I remember seeing him. He played live on Joe Bob,
Mhm.
not too long ago. He did some live stuff on that.
The Halloween. I
last
think it was
drive-in.
Halloween.
I think so. Yeah.
okay.
I think he was doing the zombie composer cut on that, if I remember correctly.
I know he was on there, but I haven't watched it. I've got it, saved as like something to come back to, but I'll eventually watch that.
It's pretty cool.
Let me put this. I've got some information. You've got some information. So why don't we just throw it together and see what we can come up with?
Yeah, I think I saw him. I think it was towards the end of the tour, and you could tell they were kind of tired, and it was like during all the scenes where there was no soundtrack, where they had to play, all the band members were kind of like, they were just kind of like they were just ready to get it over with, and then they would play. They really kind of lit up towards the end though, when they played a lot of the extra shit after the movie, because they're like, all right, now we can actually fucking play for an extended period of time now.
But his backing band is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, they're great. Yeah.
Yeah, their bass player is the current bass player in Goblin, the new formation of Goblin.
Yeah.
Simon Eddie's
With
Goblin?
Guarini. No, with
hot
Guarini's
chick?
Goblin.
You talking about that hot
No.
chick?
No, that's
Claudio's
Simon
palling
Eddie's
around with?
fella.
That's probably Simon Eddie's Goblin. Yeah,
What was that Cecilia
like,
you
damn.
talking about?
Yeah.
yeah. Napoli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
got
we
some
saw-
fucking skills.
She is
and-
great.
Me
Mhm.
and Will, oh yeah. Me and Will went to see Claudio's Goblin about a year ago now. I think it was like last November last year, and we were sitting right there. She was right here by the stage, and I was just like, man, that's a good looking woman.
Yeah.
I
think,
something about a female bass player. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, and she's really good too, which
Yeah.
makes it even better.
She had the fan
She's,
going, so the hair was all over.
Oh yeah, blowing
Even-
everywhere. She's I
come
think
on.
she and the drummer are together. I think they're a couple.
Yeah,
Ah.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
drummers.
When I first saw
Man,
that,
you lost your chance, right? I mean, I'll tell Jade.
Talk about a rhythm section, right?
The rhythm method.
I didn't know what to expect out of their drummer because the first time I saw him in Milwaukee, they did Profondo Rosso, and I'm like, well, what's this drummer going to be like? And he's like, okay, this dude's got some fucking chops. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was really impressed because some of that stuff on Profondo is pretty complex.
Oh yeah.
The drummer, I can't remember his name offhand. You're talking about the one in Claudio's version.
Yeah, Federico.
He
Marcoli or
does the
something.
artwork. In fact, you can't see it because it's dark, but like there's a poster back here from the Goblin Dawn of the Dead screening. He did the artwork for that.
Okay.
So talented dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he is a kick-ass drummer. Despite
Yeah.
what you might think of my opinion of Goblin, I enjoy Claudio Simonetti live. I thought that was a great show, and that dude's a kick-ass drummer. We follow each other on Instagram. He's awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
To my morbid curiosity, I have managed to contract a strange disease. They're taking care of me as if I was some sort of guinea.
I'm sure she's a wonderfully nice girl, or was a wonderfully nice girl. But man, Tisa Farrow in this movie is not some of the worst acting I think I've ever.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
I don't
not
know,
good.
dude. When she gets scared, though, I mean, she's fucking tweaking, dude. Like she's going out of her mind when she's screaming and stuff.
Well, she's probably reacting. Fulci was probably screaming and yelling at her the whole time. And
You
by the
know-
end of it, she was just like, "All right."
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna see what you guys thought about that because it depends on who you talk to. Like, Fulci, anybody that talks about Fulci, they say that he was aggressive and kind of forward in a lot of ways, especially towards females. Like he was, like I said, depending on who you talk to and who the female was, he was a bully. Like I know Aretta Gay in this, I think he
Yeah.
shit all over her. But
Wow.
then you go talk to Catriona McCall, and she has nothing but nice things to say about him.
Well, he liked
Except for-
Catriona. She
Yeah,
let him,
that's what I'm
She let
saying.
him throw maggots and shit all over her, so he was like,
Right.
"Oh, what an actress!"
Right. So it's what I've heard
yeah,
is
I
that
always.
he quote unquote didn't like bimbos. So I guess it
Yeah.
depends on who you define a bimbo as in his films, actress
You guys,
wise.
is it airplane terminal? Is that? I would assume that's Rome, because I don't think that's New York.
I don't
Just the
know. I have no
architecture
idea.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always heard that about Fulci. He hated working with actresses, and he didn't have the same respect for them. Like you hear Ian McCullough or some of the English actors. Like he had more respect for them because he felt like they were real actors. They were real. Whereas like
Yeah,
the bimbos, as you
yeah.
called, were just the TNA that he had to put in his movie.
The
and
scenery,
it was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
think he had a really good relationship with Richard Johnson. I think they really got along, especially during making this movie.
Well, I remember hearing Ian McCullough talk about how he and Richard Johnson didn't get along at all.
They didn't get along. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
so I guess Richard Johnson was like the sex, drugs, and rock and roll shit. And Ian McCullough didn't want anything to do with that. Like he was like, "Fuck it, leave me alone." He didn't go party
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, he was wilding out after
Yeah.
shooting it done for the day, and he was like, nah, not for me.
Not for me. Not the cocaine and hookers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but
Just-
there's a
Go
story. I think Al Cliver, I think, said in the past somewhere that there was a scene that they were filming with Aretta Gay, and I guess Fulci just could not get her to do what he wanted her to do, and he literally threw himself on the ground and started to fucking eat the dirt off the ground, like threw a
Wow.
temper
Yeah,
tantrum,
I've heard that story
and like
too.
started eating the dirt, and then he got up and said, "If I don't eat the dirt, I'm going to eat you." Like that's how aggressive he was.
Yeah, I heard that story too. Yeah, Fulci was some people had nothing but nice things to say about him, and some people just thought he was a demon. Just
Yeah.
I'm Peter Wilson. This is
Well, I
our
think
boat.
really what it comes down to is that I think he was just a passionate filmmaker, and he just
Yeah.
gave everything. It doesn't matter the content or the type of script it was. Every film he made, he just threw himself at. And if you didn't get on fucking board, like he didn't like you, and he was going to be a prick.
yeah.
At least that's what I've gathered. But and you can feel that. You can feel it in his movies. I mean, even Zombie, you know, he went into this with a chip on his shoulder. He was going through some personal shit, and he was angry. You could feel it. This is an angry film. It's, you know, we've talked in the past about like, you know, a lot of Fulci films, they feel mean-spirited. There's something, and that's one of the things I like so much about Fulci, and what I kind of vibe with is that there's like a certain element that separates him from other directors and his contemporaries, even Argento. Like there's a certain ferocity or viciousness about Fulci's films that they just stand out.
Yeah.
And but what's
Well,
so
I
incredible
think
too
the
is that,
gore and the effects kind of accentuate that, you know.
yeah, exactly. But what's so odd about it to me, and I think one of the things that I've sort of, it's taken me some time to kind of articulate to myself and really realize, is that despite all the horrific imagery, like his films, and this could be contributed to Sergio Savati, but his films are like visually poetic despite all of the horrific imagery.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful to look at, even though they're so ugly. And I just love that contrast.
There's
Yeah.
more to it than just like maybe the cheesy dialogue sometimes, you know.
Right.
Guadalupe 1. Come in, Guadalupe.
Yeah, I think I'm out of sync. What time are you guys at?
23:35.
Oh yeah, I'm a minute ahead. That's why.
Okay.
Let me go
I
back.
just got to the Richard Johnson stuff.
Yeah.
And what a cool shot that was, where it's kind of panning back and forth. That one shot there where it's showing him and then showing her in the mirror, and that's just incredible shit.
Mhm.
Incredible cinematography.
And it took me definitely like multiple viewings to notice all those like shots just like that. Oh, this is one shot. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty impressive,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially
Again,
in the reflection.
The Italian Michael Gornick, you know.
And one thing I always found interesting about Fulci's stuff too is that he found a way to make stuff far more violent than they needed to be. Like I
Yes.
immediately think of like the beginning of The Psychic, when the girl jumps off the cliff and she hits her face on the rock on the way down, and it's just like this graphic slow motion
Yeah.
shot of her face
It's
bashing against this rock, and it's just like, well, that's kind of
Like Miss
unnecessary,
Samar.
but it's kind of cool. Like I kind of dig that.
It's
Like,
the
who
exact
would
same
think of that?
effect. Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's the exact same effect at the end of Don't Torture Duckling, when the priest is going down the cliff. It's the same exact effect. It's almost like sparks coming off their face as they scrape against the. It's so bizarre.
Well, look at the
So-
cliff scene in Midsommar. I mean, good God.
So
Yeah.
Larry with a news flash here. Let me tell you guys a secret. Cecilia has an OnlyFans, or so I've been told. Thank you for that, Larry.
No, she
Bookmark
doesn't. Are you
that.
serious? Yeah.
That's what Larry
Well,
said.
we'll all pitch in together. How about that?
Yep.
I got $5 on it.
What's
Oh,
up, Larry?
so what's the
I'm kind of curious.
we're
Mike's-
getting to
Mike's-
what-
Mike's
go ahead.
graduated from sex.com. Now he's looking up
only sex.
Goblin bass players. Only
Hey, you
only
got to evolve with the
Only
times,
Goblin.
man.
It's true.
Only Goblin.
Okay, what's the connection now between Zombie and Prince. She's on the screen right now.
I'm the only one who knows what you're doing. Don't
Is she-
think I'm going to keep
is
Or it
she
might be out
in-
of sync. Olga, if you're seeing Olga right now, if I'm not out of sync, she
Yeah.
plays
Yeah.
Prince's mom in Purple Rain.
Oh, does she?
Oh,
No,
really?
Wow.
What? I didn't
One
know
that gets
that.
her eye poked out. Not in Purple Rain,
Wow.
but she should be
Yeah.
in
It's like,
Purple Rain.
I remember that in Purple Rain. All right.
Mhm.
She got typecast, I guess.
Yep.
Like, well, we need to poke somebody's eye out. Go get the girl from Zombie. That's interesting. I had no idea.
Oh, and she gets slapped in Purple Rain too. So,
Italian slap.
yep.
You're no better than one of their witch
She's been in a lot of stuff too, like a lot of Italian stuff.
Still alive too.
Yeah.
She's in her late 70s.
Superstitions and voodoo rites for stage.
Now, Richard Johnson's no longer alive, is he?
No,
No,
he
I
died
think
back
he's
in
long gone.
2015, I think. He was in
Okay.
a ton of shit. I mean, going back to the
Yeah.
50s, he was
Yeah.
a really well-established actor by this time. And he brought like a certain element to this film too, like a professionalism. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was kind
tell.
of thinking. He kind of feels like the Donald Pleasance type of
Yes.
role from like how
Little bit, yeah.
like, yeah. He's great in this though. Like, he's,
I saw somebody who said he looked like Saddam Hussein in this.
Oh god.
that's kind of
I don't know.
Got the
It's some
hairstyle.
YouTuber.
a little bit. What's up, Adrian Mendoza? This is a great cover for a so-so movie. Still remember the big box tartan video for this flick at the video store. Yeah, it is one of the most iconic like covers for like just this image. It's just the image of the fucking conquistador zombie. We are going to eat you. Like so
Yeah.
simple but so effective. When it's
Effective,
you
yeah.
see this on so many T-shirts and stuff now. It's just
Oh yeah.
more people probably know that image than they do the movie. I think. At this
Oh,
point.
right.
absolutely.
You know, I was super surprised to see that Otto Viano Delacroix didn't come to the. He was on the like they had his image on the banner
Yeah.
for Living Dead Week. He didn't show
Yeah.
up. I guess.
I
What was up with that?
I don't know. I think they were trying to get him, if I remember correctly, but I don't think it worked out for one reason or another. But yeah, I assumed that too when I saw because they had him and Jim Crut and Tarman, so I was like, okay, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
he'll be there at some point. But
Yeah.
I guess it just never didn't work out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that is one of the coolest guests that I've ever met at a convention.
Yeah.
Just the fucking sweetest dude, and like he was so jazzed to be there. Like he had a suit on and was like just everybody that walked up to his table, he hopped up and would make sure his suit looked good and was like just so fucking into it. It was so rad to meet him. Just such a good dude. Didn't speak a lick of English. Like his
No?
handler was having to handler was having to translate everything that we were saying, and oh man, it was awesome though.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, just the amount of stunts that guy's
Oh,
done in
yeah.
movies. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shit.
Yeah, those are always the best guests at conventions to meet. The ones that they seem excited to be there. They're not just there
Yeah.
to, make a buck. It's like I was saying that about Miguel Nunez at Living Dead Weekend a couple weeks ago. Like, the coolest guy in the fucking world. Like, he was just going around just like cutting up people, talking. Like, we'd run into him outside the hotel and he'd just be like, "Where y'all going?" He sat down and had breakfast with Grande. Just
Yeah.
sat there and ate breakfast next to Grande. And I was just like, this dude's cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that want to be there and don't get pizza sauce all over your stuff
Yeah.
that they're signing for you. And
Well, of course, Michelle immediately becomes best friends with Ian McCullough. So she's having breakfast with Ian, and then they're
Of
talking
course,
to each other
yeah.
throughout the whole weekend. And he's like, "Well, what are your plans?" And like, "I'm going to a football game." He's like, "Oh, you're a brave girl for doing that." It's like he has this idea of what a American football game is like in person.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, PMC? PMC's Midnight Movies. Just watched Silence of the Lambs the first time in a few years. Surprised to see George in a small role. Oh yeah, Yeah, small little cameo role there. George locks eyes with Hannibal Lecter. It's pretty cool.
Some kind of luck trying to find your island. We should be somewhere around here, right?
You guys ever heard this? Allegedly, Richard Johnson could have been James Bond. Since Steven?
Yes. Yeah, I did
know
hear
that.
that. I think he auditioned for a Bond film or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could see
For
that.
years. Yeah, for years I thought he was in a Bond film, but I don't think he was. I just probably the rumor of him auditioning for a role.
It's a promise. You know, look, don't be counting on this forever. Forget we're on vacation.
So, coming up is everyone's favorite scene in this movie: the zombie versus the shark. And I'm in the minority. I've never understood this scene. I never liked it. I never thought it worked. I always thought it was goofy and just kind of pointless. I never.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna tell you why I like it so much.
Tell me,
And
Matt.
you're right. It's bizarre and it fucking sticks out like a sore thumb. But the how they shot it. Do you know how they shot it? Like, have you ever heard the story? So his name's Ramon Bravo, and
Right.
he's actually famous for like he discovered how sharks sleep, and he was actually part of the underwater filming crew, but I think he stepped in to actually play the zombie because the zombie that was supposed to go down there couldn't do it or something like that. So he stepped in and put the makeup on, and basically what he did is he found where these sharks were sleeping, and they went out there with the boat. They kind of riled up one of the sharks to come to the boat. They baited it. Took a couple of days. They fucking wore it out. So this wasn't like a stunt shark or anything. This is a real fucking shark in Mexico. They wore it out by making it swim around the boat. Then they fed it, and then they all jumped in the water and started fucking filming this scene with it. So that's a real shark underwater, and that dude is an actual shark. So there was like two of his crew members were like guiding the shark around, and then he was pretending to fight it. So just like the balls, man. I don't know. There's something about that. I'm like, bravo. Even though it's weird, like fucking right.
Literally,
dude. Like,
bravo.
yeah.
That's why they call him. That's why they call him Bravo. But yeah, I don't know. It just never. I don't know, man. It's just. I don't know. It's like they said, hey, Jaws was successful. Zombies. Let's put them together. Why not?
It's got to have a shark scene, right?
Yeah.
Man, these Italians do not fuck around. That's
I mean, I was
awesome.
gonna say it's Italian, man. It's
Yeah.
very
I
Italian.
get it.
Zombies fighting sharks. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't you have a zombie shark tattoo, Mike?
I mean, yeah, it's a zombie. It's a shark. That's a zombie.
It's a shark. That's a zombie. It's
It's
not
a
a
mute-
zombie
Okay.
fighting a shark.
No, it's just a mutated shark.
I gotcha.
With laser beams on his head.
Yes, with frickin' laser beams attached to his head. No, he's got like a giant hook in his mouth, and it's nothing to do with this scene. But yeah, I don't know. I just remember always hearing people talk about it. It's like, oh, that's the movie with the zombie fighting the shark. And in my head, before I had seen it, was like, oh wow, that's got to be amazing. And then I watched it, and the zombie's just like doing this number and at the bottom, and you're just like, all right.
And it's literally like the second zombie you see in the entire movie, and it's fighting a shark.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
And have you guys seen they used this scene and it was like a Chevy commercial a few years ago? Did you guys know that?
No.
I think it was a car commercial of some kind, but it was the zombie versus shark, and it was like, I can't believe, what is this in a fucking commercial right now? It was so weird seeing that.
Wow.
I want to say it was Chevy or Ford, maybe.
I never saw that.
Yeah, it was something.
But I do like the idea of the zombie underwater. That's kind of cool.
Again, you're nowhere. You're safe nowhere from zombies.
Right. I don't know how the hell he got there, but
Right.
they are close to the island, I guess. So
Yeah.
he probably just wandered out and got sucked out into the current, and that's where he stays. But his luck, though, that she decided to go scuba diving at that exact spot where he was.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He's like, holy shit, I haven't eaten in fucking weeks.
Like a Ethiopian at Golden Corral. I love that line.
Get a little tickle there, a little tickle. What is that, seaweed? Just like tickling his
a
face with it.
Or a
coral reef
or
or
something.
something. Yeah.
Coral reef,
Mhm.
yeah.
That'll teach them.
Yeah. You can see the clay makeup coming off of his mouth there.
Yeah. Hey, what can you do? So this also, diverges away from Romero's that they eat animals in this one too. So
Yeah. Here's my question. Does that shark become a zombie?
Right?
yes, that's becomes this thing right here on my arm.
Yeah.
Which then becomes like a Resident Evil thing because the
Yeah.
monster sharks in Resident Evil.
I'm surprised the Italians never did that. They never had a zombie shark movie. I don't, it just seems like that would have been the perfect thing
With
for
Italian? There was
Yes.
a zombie shark movie. I was like, there were Italian shark movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
There
Cruel
were a whole bunch of
Jaws
them.
and shit.
Cruel Jaws, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a zombie shark movie. Combine the two. Fuck it.
Damn, like his mouth is right there, or his hand is right there. Like Jesus, it's crazy.
Larry's saying we were cock blocked on the fucking poster zombie. A local con blocked him and had it in their contract with him that he couldn't do another local show. I was looking.
Wow.
There you go. What was it?
sucks.
Still CityCon or something like that? Yeah, I've heard of that happening before in the past.
He's over here, Doctor.
So gross.
You can
I know,
smell
that's
it
what I
was-
right through the TV.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's what you were talking about earlier, the puke and blood and shit, like just coming out of their
Yeah,
mouths.
yeah.
It's disgusting. A lot of texture in this film.
Oh yeah.
What shall I do?
From the people
Yeah,
to
that's-
like the sheets hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, because we can dive into it as deep as you want to, but and like an honest conversation about it. So since this is sort of
Everybody leave him up.
considered to be an unofficial sequel to Dawn, the effects, Savini's effects in Dawn versus the effects in this, how do you think they compare to each other?
It's different. It's a different thing
Yeah.
to me. It's like we were saying earlier. It's a different world. It's like Savini's effects in Dawn. He had more to do with, there were more effects to be done with probably about the same budget to do it. This they could focus more of their time and more of their money on because they had fewer zombies, fewer effects to do, so they could, But to me, they're different zombies. Like Dawn zombies are people. They're us. That's the whole idea. Is like they're us. They're supposed to look more like us. So I like the blue or the gray or whatever you want to call it. I like that look because I don't know. It's easier to see ourselves in them as opposed to seeing ourselves in the zombies in Fulci's zombie. Like when I see the zombies in this, they're monsters. There's something completely different. Like I don't see myself in that at all.
These are not your neighbors,
Right.
or your friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the effects in this are just, it's just so more gritty and dirty and just grimy, and they make them much more scary. I don't know, like thinking about it, I think like they're to some point they're on the same exact level of special effects and gore wise, but I mean, with Dawn, it's just there's so much more, like more squibs, more stuff blowing up. How zombies get killed, you know. This is just, I think this is more Bleak too, which has that going for it. Like they're emotionless. There's no zombie picking up a tire iron.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's
Weapons like
nothing
that, you
human
know?
left of these
Yeah.
zombies.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
almost sleepwalking. It seems like
Yeah.
they're more eyes closed, just shambling. And I think you hit the nail on the head with the perfect word for it. Is there's more texture to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
effects and
Yeah,
the zombies in
exactly.
this
Yeah.
movie. You feel like if you're touched by one of these things, like you're immediately infected. You know.
Yeah, you're doomed.
Mhm.
But I mean, again, the gore in this is so fucking impressive. When she gets her
Yeah.
throat ripped out, I mean, to this day, that is, and it has to be in slow motion,
Mhm.
which just, oh, it's perfect.
And of course, the eyeball scene, which is coming up here
Oh,
in
yeah.
just a second.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna tune out for that one, I'm guessing.
see, like I said earlier, like I've seen this movie so many times at this point, like it doesn't bother me anymore. But like, yeah, the first time you see it, and it gets so close to the point where like, not even when it goes in. That's not even like when it goes all the way in. That never bothered me as much as when it just starts to touch the eye.
Oh yeah,
Just that first little touch. It was always just like, all right.
and
When
I
it goes
haven't
all the
seen
way
it,
in and
but
breaks off, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
I
it
haven't seen
breaks,
it, but
like
I'm sure
oh,
that shot in 4K is pretty fucking unbelievable.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah,
And the thing that makes it is the suspense of it because you're so used to seeing other movies cut away or
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it
you could
gets
get away from
close
it.
and then
Yeah.
it'll just cut to a shot of the shadow or blood splatter against the wall or something like that. Which it does because I mean over in the UK this was a video nasty and of course they had to cut away from it so it does just
Yeah.
get kind of close and then it cuts away. So
Yeah.
but when it the build up and it builds and it builds and it builds and then you get the full fucking payoff all the way in and all you know breaks off and then it continues and you're just like oh man, but it's just the slow build, the suspense of it that you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best part about that scene and why it's so effective is it gives you that time to realize and then sort of almost accept and come to terms with the fact that this is happening. Like you're not there's no getting
He's
out
not
of
gonna get
this.
away.
Like,
Yeah.
this shit is fucking happening and we're going to show all of it and you're going to fucking sit through it. I've made Stephanie watch this part with me at least 2 times this year. Once with Frizzy and then we saw it in the there's like a little art house theater that showed it earlier this year and we went and saw it and I'm like nope, don't close your eyes, fucking watch.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's part of the experience.
Her scream is great on this too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fingers too. That's another thing I don't.
You don't do fingers.
Any finger smashing like that's the thing. Like I can watch gore and all that stuff in movies like it's nothing, but in real life, the smallest little paper cuts, finger smashes, anything like that, I just nah. Blood even I can't deal with it. I'm very squeamish. Hi.
Hi.
You making
Hey.
a cameo appearance. You picked a great time.
Mhm.
sit in Daddy's
Shouldn't watch
lap.
this part. Yeah. Shouldn't watch.
We're gonna
this
we're gonna watch
No, perfect
something.
timing.
Uh-oh. You don't watch this. Good night. I love you. Because we're about to watch a stake go through a girl's eyeball. So,
Here it comes.
love you. All right, go. Quit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, like that right there in the yeah. Here I'm okay. Like I'm like, all right, it's happening. Whatever.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah, I love Fulci. Who else would think of something like that?
yep.
Hmm.
That is a thing too. It's like I don't know. How do you come up with that? Like, especially back then. Like now we've seen so much over time that it's easier to kind of let your imagination run. Back then, it's like the envelope was easier to be pushed because it's like
It's
people
cutting
hadn't
edge.
seen much. They hadn't seen
Yeah.
stuff like this
Mhm.
before. Yeah, I know, Steven. Can't analyze it too deeply. It's just the brilliance of a zombie versus a shark. Breathe it in, man. I get you. I get it. I get it.
There
I'm
was the
sure
one
there's
track in this when they walk in and they're feasting on the woman. I think that was the song that Frizzy said was inspired by "A Day in the Life" by the Beatles.
Wow.
Just that
Oh,
that
really?
build up of with the guitar part and just the kind of it keeps going up octave after
Mhm.
octave and it's pretty fucking cool. So you listen to "A Day in the Life," you can hear that same kind of build up in that song.
Mhm.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
No, I don't believe in voodoo.
Hey, what's up, Stezio?
Niggas around
Good
here
to see you, my
do
man. This is sup all driving home listening.
investigate the phenomenon.
Drive
Well,
safe,
drive
man.
safely. Yeah,
Yeah.
drive
be
safe.
careful, Stezio.
Don't watch the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just listen. Don't watch.
Mhm.
Hope.
I know Simp has showed up on these when he's driving before, and it's like, dude,
Oh
you're on the
yeah,
live
yeah.
stream. Drive safe, man.
Oh yeah. I do that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I'll put
I
on
have to,
YouTube and I'll listen to it when I drive, but I don't watch. Wink,
Yeah, I
wink.
do that too.
even though it's hard not to.
Yeah.
We go ashore and walk around until we come to the local repair. Oh, we remain here, fire off a few flares.
Steven said, I never looked at these movies as connected. I believe Savini's effects were better overall, but Zombie certainly had its moments. Both of these films have Hall of Fame moments of gore, fun for the whole family. That's right. What did you think, Matt?
Agreed.
You brought up the question. I don't think you answered. Which?
I,
What are
I
your
agree
thoughts
with
on it?
you. I think it's almost like a completely separate entity. Like it's hard to compare the two. I don't know. I'm not going to talk shit about anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say I like them both. We'll leave it at that. I got my fucking head ripped off over Goblin, so I agree exactly. I agree with what you said in terms of the amount of zombies, the scope of the work. You know what the zombies are supposed to look like in Romero's films versus what the zombies are supposed to represent and look like in Fulci's films. It's two completely different,
Beans.
entities.
Yeah.
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 We talked about it earlier. Romero zombies are closer to us. They're closer to who we used to be.
Yep.
They look like
Friends and
us.
family.
They're fresh. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Fulci zombies, especially in Zombie, they're coming right out of the fucking ground. They've been dead for years, most
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
But and a lot of the other zombies are coming off the deathbeds where they've got this fucking puke and blood and shit coming out of their mouths. I mean, it's just
Doctor,
just a whole different beast.
rockets. There's somebody fighting rockets. Rockets? I seen them. Where they come from? Yes, they're coming from Catfish Bay. Better go and investigate. Take care of him for me, Nat.
I always love this shot, this image
Get this over.
of them dumping the body onto a giant pile of bodies, and you can kind of see the scope of what's been happening here over
Yeah, yeah.
time. So do you guys think it's actually voodoo that's bringing them back in this, or do you think
I do.
that's yeah?
Yeah, it has to be something. Yeah, I think it's voodoo. Yeah. And this gives more of a definition of what's happening than Romero's zombie films do. You know, more definitive answer of why they're coming back to life.
No, not yet. There's two more. Died.
Yeah, I think it's voodoo. They don't explicitly or specifically show how or why it's happening, but yes, I think that's what's going on. And two, and not to dig too deep into, I guess the not psychology, but so like Romero's films, it's a statement about consumerism, right? That's what Dawn of the Dead is. And
Mhm.
if you talk about Fulci and you go back and look at interviews and stuff like that, this film didn't mean anything. Like there's nothing behind, there's no
I wasn't trying to say
philosophy.
much. Yeah.
There's no philosophy behind this, at least not intentionally. And I like to dig deep into shit. I'm not going to overthink stuff, but to me, this has always felt like an allegory for decolonization or anti-colonization. It feels
Hmm.
like, especially at the end when this is, the plague of Matul has returned to New York and it's biting the Western civilization in the ass in New York. I mean, that's just what it feels like to me. And I don't know necessarily that was intentional at all, but that's the way that I tend to look at it. The way I like to look at it.
Well, that's not the first time I've actually heard that. That when I was on the Eurocrypt podcast with Dirk and Darren, and they had that guy Lorne on. They were doing Zombie versus Dawn of the Dead, and of course I had to jump on and defend Dawn of the Dead because they were tearing it to shreds because they hate Dawn of the Dead. But the dude Lorne was kind of brought that up and made that point too, and that's why I had really never thought of before. But I could definitely see that. I think there's some validity to that.
Yeah, it's almost like
But
they're
again, I don't know if that's like an interpretation that people have put
yeah,
to it over the years, or if it was actually there to begin with.
it wasn't. I don't think it was. Like I said, if you go back and talk to Fulci and talk to the other, filmmakers that were involved in making this, they'll all tell you there was nothing deeper to it than what it was.
Mm.
But it's, we all like to interpret things our own way. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's like it's like the zombies are perpetuating the violence that was brought to them centuries ago.
Also interesting that
Yeah.
the next movies in the series, City of Living Dead and the Beyond, it's Book of Ibon, which is like a Lovecraftian explanation.
Oh yeah.
And even the Beyond. I mean, if my understanding is correct, there's no deep meaning to the Beyond. I mean, Fulci wrote the film around the kills, right? Like he pretty much wrote the script. I don't even think there was like a real shooting script. I think he just filmed a bunch of shit around some of these special effects that he wanted to do. If that's at least that's my understanding.
Matt, what's your take on the end of City of the Living Dead? That final shot.
I don't know. It's I think it's intentionally left ambiguous. I don't think that there's really a clear answer. You could go either way. You could say that that it didn't really end. You could say that. I mean, there's really. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
I always took it as that they're still in hell.
Yeah.
Like that the kid is running towards them. It's like they didn't actually escape. It's funny too because my wife always refers to it the movie with the shitty ending. Like that ending is it isn't great, but I understand because it's unresolved.
Yeah.
And
It
because
is.
it's Fulci and it's Italian, it's nice and bleak. It's
Yep.
safe to say that it's the end of the world. We're all gonna fucking die.
Yep.
That's just yeah.
Yeah. But I love the end of the Beyond where they wind up in the painting.
Yeah,
It's
and they
it's so
disappear.
beautiful. Yeah.
With the homeless people laying there. Have you heard that story?
Yeah,
That
that's all.
Lucio
No.
hired-
Yeah, they
hired
just scooped up
homeless
a bunch
people.
of homeless people from New Orleans and laid them all on the fucking ground. That was-
The diet, Dr. Vernon. And the bed room. What happened then?
Yes, sir. What is all
Steven's
No.
anti-colonization. Watching MSNBC much?
I don't watch MSNBC. I don't pay attention to that, sir. Thank you. Please don't bring politics into this.
Nope.
Although I will say, Fulci was a Marxist. He leaned far left. So there you go.
Uh-huh. So it all makes sense now.
That one shot coming up of the zombie and the camera like goes around him. I think it's coming up. Is one of the best shots in any like Fulci movie. You guys know what I'm talking
agree.
about?
Yeah.
And
Which
the,
one?
the dust blowing around. I
yeah.
think it's coming up pretty soon.
You talking about that still shot where you can see the zombie like far down the street?
Yeah. No, they
Yeah.
already had that one. It's the one where it's kind of close up and his head's kind of leaning to the
Oh
left.
yeah.
and full makeup.
He almost looks like he's got a pig
God.
nose. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the fucking that wah 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 that sound in the background. Oh,
Beautiful.
like it's fucking happening. Yeah.
Doctor, something's happened to Mr. Prince. No one told me.
A Daily Planet shirt.
Yeah, I always notice that.
Dad,
I'm like, that's interesting. And I can't. I've always been distracted by Ian McCullough's hair in this movie too.
Oh, it's awful. Oh,
It gets
God.
it gets crazier and crazier as the movie goes on. It's almost like it's like Bill Murray in Kingpin. It's like as the movie goes on, it just gets wilder and wilder. The comb over gets
Covered up
more
that bald
and more.
spot. Yep.
Big urn. Yeah.
Big Ernie
Oh,
McCracken. He's got that Ernie
God.
McCracken look going.
That is fucking awesome. And he gets more deranged at the end of the big tournament. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're good, Steven. Steven's got a comment on there. He was just joking. Dude, it's all good, man. Nobody's upset. I'm trying not to turn too many people against me. Like I've already gotten shit on for Goblin. So
But no
I'm not-
politics,
we're not,
dude.
we're
No
not talking
politics.
politics. It was just an observation, man. It was just an observation. It has nothing to do with politics.
Matt's really been turning heel lately. It's like-
Bro, I need some fucking shades. Dude, I have a Goblin shirt. I almost wore a Goblin shirt just to piss everybody off.
Poser.
I thought your shirt
Right.
was Goblin.
You liar!
Oh, with this one? No, this is Fulci. This is the.
Oh,
the
okay,
Death
that's
Metal
cool.
Fulci.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Investment.
Yeah, this is the shot you're talking about, Paul.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Big nose. I think that's tomato sauce. I know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
they're
the
a minute
the
behind.
poster-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the poster zombie, like the blood that's coming out of his mouth
that's
after he
awesome.
bites a renegade in the neck. I think that's tomato sauce.
Yeah, I think I'm remembering that too. It works perfectly.
Yeah. I think I'm a minute behind you guys. So
I'm
So
at
Spoilers for Paul.
59,
Yeah, right.
53.
okay, I just passed it.
You know, for the longest time, I thought that I don't know why I thought that Al Cliver had some sort of military or police experience, just the way that he handles firearms, especially at the end when he's
Yeah.
swinging that fucking shotgun around. Just the way that he's holding the firearm and handling it. It looks like police or military to me.
Oh my God.
But
And that shot when the camera pans around,
yes.
he's aiming the shotgun is so badass.
And when you
Oh.
when it follows the barrel of the gun,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
that's my favorite,
God.
dude. That's my favorite scene.
Al's just
So
a
killer.
natural badass. Like it just
Yeah.
comes naturally to him.
yeah.
yeah,
And of course,
he was acting. I think he started acting when he was like 15 or 16. I don't think he ever had any like formal firearms training or anything like that.
the zombie shovel to the face. Oh, to the sound of that thunk. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is a
Now,
really effective scene.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the
Just
gore
showing
in
their eyes
this,
looking at it.
the gore in this scene always was super impressive to me. And the way that they're
Well-
eating them, it's not like it's not like a feeding frenzy like Romero zombies. It's more of like it's almost like they're sleep eating. I don't know.
They're sleeping. Yeah.
I
yeah.
love
They're
that, but it's just like they're
mindlessly eating.
yeah.
But one of the things that's so effective are these quick shots where you see these close-ups of certain limbs and certain areas that are being eaten, and then there's this one big wide shot right after that where you see the
Yep.
whole massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's that build that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The day in the life.
Yeah, that's this song, yeah. Oh man.
I forget what they're eating. They're actually eating something, but I can't remember what they actually had.
At least he has a proper stink face.
Right.
And I will say, talking about the score and stuff, I think that is something, and we kind of touched on it when you were talking about Goblin, but that is something that kind of separates Italian horror from a lot of the American stuff. It gives it a different. It's like
Yeah.
it's from a different planet or something like that. It's from a different world.
And there's so many great ones. Like,
Yeah.
the DeAngelis brothers, like their stuff is fucking awesome, and Frizzy and Goblin, of course. Ennio Morricone needs no introduction.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I always was. Speaking of like Ennio Morricone, I was always interested or just confused as to why he did the score for John Carpenter's The Thing, because it just sounds like a John Carpenter score to me. Like
it really does.
it always just sounded like a John Carpenter score to me, more so than a Morricone score. But I think Carpenter was just a huge fan. It was just like, and Morricone was like, well, I've seen your stuff. I know what you're looking for. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Morricone's done some of the greatest scores of all time. Probably one of my favorite songs of all time is "Ecstasy of Gold" from Good and Bad and the Ugly. Like I can listen to that,
Love it.
and
Yeah,
like
that's so,
I could run through a brick wall when I listen to that.
Yeah, my wife's favorite is Once Upon a Time in the West. And that score is incredible.
Yeah.
Think you can make it? We don't have much choice, do we? Come on. Get to that hospital before dark.
That movie there's a certain patience to that movie that you have to have too, especially like the first scene when they arrive there at the train station and there's just the water dripping on the hat and just the slow build. It takes so long, but you're so engrossed in like, okay, what's gonna happen? Who are these guys? What's gonna happen here?
It's like Jack Elam playing with the fly with his gun.
Yes, just little stuff
It
like
just,
that.
yeah, they're just
It draws
creating
you
texture.
in. Yeah, it draws you in a way that most filmmakers just don't have the patience to do that. I don't know. But Sergio Leone was just brilliant about that. And that was
He was.
Dario's first movie that he ever wrote.
writing job, I think.
Yeah, first writing
Yeah.
credit, yeah.
I didn't know that. Which
Yeah.
which film?
Once
Once Upon a Time in the
One time in
West.
the West.
Really?
Yeah. That was his first
think-
I did
writing
not know
credit.
that.
Claudio Argento produced it too.
Oh yeah.
And I know he produced Son of Sangre too. Not to get too much off. That's one of my favorites as well. Hygienic.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Oh, just reeks of
Biohazard
hygienic in there.
just
I would never want to end up in this hospital.
no.
Like, no wonder
Not
these
even-
people are dying left and right. Yeah,
Yeah, look at the condition. My God.
it's like
Like
like they're
OSHA
in
would
an
have a
abandoned
field
shed.
day.
You know?
Nothing, man. My father always say, when the earth spit out the dead, they will come back to suck the
But
blood.
Fulci does a great job of setting the scene and the environment that this is taking place in. It makes me as a viewer think like, why are these people still here? Just fucking leave. Like, there's nothing,
Yeah.
no reason
Yeah.
to be here. Like, I wouldn't be stuck there. Get on a boat and get out of there.
And then nuke the island.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a quick call.
Like, there's nothing paradise about this island.
No.
There's nothing tropical paradise about this at all.
Here. And we'll put the look up ahead, right?
Conquistadores.
Conquistadores.
How about this?
That was one of the things Ian McCullough was making fun of about his
You want to pour in juice?
performance in Zombie when we were talking to him about Zombie. He's like, I just couldn't stand the way that I said the word matul. It drives me crazy to this day. It's like, that's the one thing in that movie that when I watch it, I just cringe.
Cemetery for the
Yeah, Stephen. Henry Fonda in Once Upon a Time in the West.
Mhm.
Great stuff. He said in Kingpin it was supposed to be intentional loving in this film, but the bald spot is one of the strangest I've ever seen on film.
Oh man.
He
He has a
fighting
full head of
with the
hair and yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything now. I'm so scared we're not going to make it off this island.
Now, Tisa Farrow just passed away, what, a couple years ago, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Mhm.
So yeah,
And she had only done, because she was Mia Farrow's sister, right?
Yeah.
she was.
But I think she did this, and I think Anthropophagus, I think, was the only other movie she ever did.
She did The Last Hunter with David Warbeck. That was a pretty good movie. And a giallo, I think kind of a giallo or actionally Blazing Magnum. You ever
Okay.
see that one? That was a pretty good movie.
Now, the only ones that I ever knew her from were this and Anthropophagus. And I think, because I think she eventually retired fairly quickly and from acting, and I forget what she went on to do, but she had a pretty successful career in something else that wasn't acting for many years.
Is she the girl that jumps out of the barrel in Anthropophagus with the armpit hair?
I don't know. I only saw that one time.
Yeah, I saw it like a long, long time ago. But I remember her being in it, and I remember remembering that name just from Zombie.
You have to revisit it.
Yeah, it's been a long time for them. That's another crazy fucked up Italian movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes.
There it is.
The fucking worms, like, it's fucking genius.
Oh yeah.
It's just so, like I said, it's just a completely different type of zombie than Romero's zombies, you know?
I can see why Fulci threw himself on the ground and ate dirt, though. A renegade does not give a good performance in this film.
Yeah, she looks more just, you know.
Terrified beyond the capacity of rational thought.
Yeah.
Oh
Which I
my
mean,
God.
if I saw something like that, I might have that same reaction of just like, what is happening right now? More so than just being terrified, I'd just be more confused. I don't
Oh,
know, but that is a great bite. A lot of
that
bite.
is so perfect.
Mm.
Yep.
I like that his brain is just like a honeycomb or something.
Oh,
Hamburger meat.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Where would you
Smuckers
put?
with seeds.
Where
Yep.
would you guys rank that zombie in the pantheon of film zombies? You know, we
Oh,
did the Romero
That's as
tournament with
iconic as it
King of the
gets.
Zombies. You know,
yeah.
I
Absolutely
would
towards the top.
put him, yeah, top 5 for me.
Yeah,
I think it has to be like we
I
were saying
mean,
earlier. It's just an iconic image that, like I said, I think more people know that zombie than they do the movie.
Hmm.
well, and once you see like in the movie what he does, it's like, okay, that is really fucking awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
once you see
Yeah.
the worms and him in
Yeah,
action, you know, and when he turns there, he almost has more of a pissed off look on his face than,
Hmm.
than he did, you know, because
yeah.
it's great. I used to have that mask. I bought it at a Spencer's years and years and years ago, and I went as that zombie for Halloween. Probably in high school, late high school, probably. Because I used to, you know,
Did anyone know who you were?
no, they just thought I was just a zombie.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't know whatever happened to that mask. I lost it over the years, but
Was
I
it
have a couple of them.
the Trick or Treat Studios one?
I don't remember if it was Trick or Treat Studios or what. I mean, this was probably damn near 20 years ago, and it was
Might
just
have been Bump in the Night.
Yeah.
My friend Chuck, he ran Bump in the Night Productions, and he did Bub and the Fulci zombie. And they're small for some reason when they're mass produced. I've got a big head, so they never really fit on my head.
Is it this bub back here?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I got it right around the same time that I got this one from the same Spencer, so it may be. So I think they were like $60 or something at the time.
Yeah, that looks like Chuck's. Yep. Yeah, I have one of those.
Pretty,
Yep.
yeah.
I can tell by the teeth.
That's probably what it was then. Let me see if it's still got the tag or something in it. Or some kind of.
Yeah, they used to have tags. I don't know where the mark would be, but yeah, that looks like a Bump in the Night.
Yeah, that's probably what it was then. Same company. But these are the 3D glasses I got from when I saw Dawn in
From
the
Dawn.
theater.
Cool.
So I just prop them on his head. And,
Oh, that's cool. I've got
Whatever.
I keep mine on my Paul Musser mask.
there you go. Well,
Mhm.
Everly because Everly doesn't like this mask. She's scared the shit out of it. And she specifically hates it when I do this because it has no eyes.
The white
and
eyes.
Oh,
it
yeah.
freaks her the fuck out. So I just keep these on him so she doesn't get too scared. It's more, it's more comedic, I guess, to do that.
And he's still doing work. Like, what's the point? God. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that, Steven. Apparently, Tisa was also in Playboy as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Track that one down.
So we have some
Where-
research to do afterwards.
John, if
Cecilia
you're watching,
Napo,
get to work.
Playboy and
and Jessica Earl.
OnlyFans. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who
Oh.
knew? Who knew?
I like her. This zombie. Yeah, all these zombies are awesome.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the wonky-eyed zombie?
Mhm.
Yeah. I always laugh when I see her. She doesn't do anything for me. It makes me giggle.
Stezio said, figured that the reason for the difference in zombies U.S. versus Europe came down to culture. Living in a house or neighborhood that's 500 years old has to influence how you think they look. That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Because that's a thing I always notice when I watch, Argento Fulci films. A lot of the houses and stuff look really, really old, and they have like we mentioned, the texture of the house seems different than what you would see over in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good point.
So he just adds to the bleakness. He asks him about his wife, just looks at him, doesn't say a word, and he knows that she's dead.
Yeah.
She died. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, like, the way she died with that giant splinter, I don't know if she would come back.
3 months ago.
Well, she was just going to get eaten, you know?
That he'd seen his
Yeah, there wasn't much left of her when they found her.
Yeah.
But I always kind of felt like he hit, like, the Richard Johnson's character here, Dr. Menard. I always kind of felt like he was like a few steps behind Dr. Logan in Day of the Dead. Like he's almost at that point where he's just obsessed and
hyper focused on his research.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like he was a little indifferent about whatever happened to his wife. Or he was just like,
he's like, fuck it.
Yeah. I figured that was probably going to happen, but she was getting in my way.
He hasn't completely snapped yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The disciplines of bacteriology, even perform text, epilepsy, and for catalepsy.
They're moshing outside. They're getting anxious.
Yeah, they're not even using their hands to like bang on the door or anything. They're just like using their body. You know?
These zombies they're not really too handsy, you know. Even when the conquistador zombie comes out, he just kind of leans in real quick. He doesn't grab her or anything. He just kind of, there's not a lot of movement there. I mean, when you talk about slow zombies versus fast zombies, I mean, this is a perfect example, in my opinion, of what makes slower zombies more scary to me. They're the creeping,
the inevitable.
Yeah. Here we go. Bang. Ooh.
Oh, man. Yeah. Come on. Oh. And you change. Oh. So awesome.
Ian McCulloch would go on to do Zombie Holocaust after this, right? I don't think
Richard Johnson. Contamination, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Contamination, but Richard Johnson wasn't in Zombie Holocaust, was he? I can't remember.
No.
No. Ian McCulloch.
There you go. Yeah, Ian was talking about that when we met him at Living Dead Weekend. He holds the record with 2 or 3 other people. And I think Grande actually pointed this out on the stream the other night, his Halloween stream, that Ian McCulloch actually has the record for being in the most video nasties in history with 3.
3 of them.
He was very proud of that. He was very proud of that.
Then Al Cliver, he would go on to be in several Fulci films after this. I know he was in The Beyond, Black Cat.
Well, he's full on Italian too. I don't know what his real name is, but
he had throat cancer. I don't think he can talk anymore.
Really, very quietly.
Which I know he'd been doing conventions recently overseas, and I think he just did what was supposed to be his last appearance at a convention.
Ah, man.
Either did or he's going to very, very soon. You don't know that, Steven. Steven said that may be true, but I don't think he was wearing women's clothes like Logan. Was Logan wearing women's clothes in Day of the Dead? I know he was playing the mother thing, but the day drinking
I
was
don't
more
remember
than
that.
Yeah, I don't remember Logan being exposed as a Ed Wood type. Is that a politically correct way to say it? An Ed Wood type?
Yes, works for me.
I I love women. I love Sex with Women. It's one of my favorite Tim Burton movies.
Hmm.
Jace, let me ask you this because I don't think I've ever heard this answer from you before. Do you prefer Zombie or would you prefer one of the films from the Gates of Hell trilogy?
Oh, I prefer City of the Living Dead.
Like overall, right? That's your favorite
Oh yeah,
Fulci
overall,
zombie
yeah,
film? Yeah.
favorite Fulci zombie film. Yeah, and part of it, of course, is nostalgia because I saw it in the theater.
That's right. I remember you saying that in one of your videos that you saw
Mhm.
City of the Living Dead in theater. You also saw didn't you see Burial
With my
Ground
mom.
in the theater when it first came
I
out?
saw Night of the Zombies, which is
Night of the
also known
Zombie,
as
Hell of the Living
Virus.
Dead.
Yeah, Hell of
Hell
the
of the
Living Dead.
Living
Yep.
Dead. I love that one. Sorry, Larry, but I love Hell of the Living
Hmm.
Dead.
Nah,
Larry
I'm gonna
gives me
be on
shit about
team.
that all the time.
I'll be on Team Larry with that one. I'm not a huge fan of that one either.
Yeah, it's just nostalgia for me, and the
I
fact
just
they were ripping off Dawn so hard.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. This is a great movie. Yeah,
Plus, to
so
get a
fun.
cat in an old woman's guts, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on. Or the shooting of the kid for like 5 minutes straight, where they're like
Hmm.
shooting him and he's like, get out of the way, and he just takes the M16 to him, and it's just like I just love bad Italian horror movies in general, so that plays perfect for me.
I will say this is one of the best climaxes in
oh
any
yeah.
horror film though. Like I love the end of this film.
Hmm.
Soundtrack kicking in, love it.
Yeah, the
It's like the
gunfight,
Fourth
the
of July
fire.
because they're doing the big finale,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
That
fireworks.
shot Paul was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that's clearly just a paintball
Hmm.
to the head.
Well, that's kind of like a common way of doing headshots, even because
Yeah,
I know
simple.
even in Savini's Night 90, that's how they did some of the
Yeah.
headshots in that. They just kind of had like these little paintball type things. I think one of them hit McKee Anderson right in the eye at one
Ooh.
point. But she was, a sport about it, I guess. But I'd have been pretty pissed. I don't think it was actually like a paintball gun or anything. That'd have been bad, but something similar. Yeah, they're just gonna burn the whole damn thing to the ground here. Love the flaming board just falls on top of the zombie rising up there.
Can you imagine how bad all those cooking zombies would smell?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was just thinking that.
and then cheese. Oh my god.
And see the lighting on Areta here,
Yeah.
where it reminds me a lot of the City of the Living Dead. The
Yes.
lighting
Yep.
of
Yep.
Yeah.
Very much.
The
yeah,
same thing.
looks so similar.
Especially how she almost just appears like they do in City of the Living
Yeah,
Dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forget all the time, but when I'm reminded, I'm like, holy shit! But like all those movies that Fulci did, from Zombie all the way through like House by the Cemetery and all that's like in like a 3 year period.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
And I'm
quick.
just like, I
Yeah.
always
Back to back to back.
yeah, and I'm just like, I always forget about that. I always think House by the Cemetery was like 85, 86, a little bit later, but no, that's like all right there in like
Yeah.
a succession.
Yep.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sort of like this it reminds me a lot of Romero in terms of like the familiar, like this band of characters that kind of stick together because Savati
Mhm.
stuck with him. He was a
Mhm.
cinematographer for most of his movies moving forward after this, even a couple before this. I know he did a lot of cinema. I think he did The Psychic and For the Apocalypse. I know he did some other Fulci stuff before this too, but that's why the zombies look the same. That's why they appear
Mhm.
the same on cameras, because he used these same effects moving forward. The way that he lit them from underneath like that's really effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't want to. Take me home. Save me. Save me.
Jace, how do you feel about Fulci's later work? Some of the stuff towards the end there.
What, like Black Cat or
No,
Wax Mask?
even further, like Demonia, Voices from Beyond, stuff like that.
Demonia is okay. Let's see. Well, he did part of Zombie 3, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like
That one's
it-
okay to me. It's
Zombie
not
3
really a
like
got let go.
75% Fulci, 25% Bruno Mattei, I think.
Yeah.
I think Fulci filmed what he wanted to film, and then they said there's not enough action and excitement into this movie, so they hired Bruno to come in and fill in the gaps with whatever he did.
I like the
I
soundtrack
love,
of Zombie
yeah, I,
3.
yeah, I love Zombie 3. It's another one like Hell of the Living Dead to me that's
Yeah.
just like,
That's all that. I mean, little meat.
but I
Just
watched
kick
that
back,
again. Yeah, I
Make a
just watched
pizza,
that.
have some beers. Yeah.
Yeah. Corny dialogue and shit, you
Mhm.
know. That's why it's like I watched again not too long ago because I did was doing a show with Dirk and Darren about Zombie 3, so I went back and revisited it, and I was expecting it to like not like it as much because I remember the first time I saw it, I was younger and I was just hungry for anything with zombies in it, and I was just like, oh, this is
Mhm.
awesome, and I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, I still like this movie. Like it's still fun. Like it's not
Mhm.
great, but I mean it's still a fun zombie, and like you said, the soundtrack is
Yep. Have it on
memorable.
vinyl.
Oh, do you really?
Mhm.
Who put that out?
Good question. I'll have to look. I know it off the top of my head. I want to say Light in the Attic, but I don't think that's right.
Huh.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, I think they distributed
with an
it. I don't think that
Obi
they
strip.
put it out.
Such a generic comment. The zombies are taking over.
Yeah, this is another stolen scene. They shot all this with handhelds. They didn't have a permit to shoot in New York, so they just went
Yeah.
out there with a bunch of handhelds and like
But
one little tripod.
it works. It's so
It does.
I love
Except for
this ending shot.
all the people driving to work underneath them that don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It would almost work if they shot half of the bridge and it looked like everybody was fleeing New York.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
fact that they're just kind of, but that's the charm of like low budget
Oh yeah.
where shit like this is obviously they shot it real quick and got the fuck out of there before anybody showed up.
Yeah.
Um,
Still an iconic image.
yeah. Yeah, I've always loved this like final shot
Yeah.
of them going, and it works. Like this movie almost kind of works as a prequel to Dawn of the Dead for
Yeah.
for this whole thing here. It's like, okay, this is where it
Right.
starts, and then you could cut to the television station in Dawn of the Dead like 3 weeks later, and it would make total sense, you know.
Yeah.
And got to have the World Trade Center there in the background, just even
Yeah,
more
I think
iconic. Just
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
mentioned that in the comments earlier with the
yeah.
World Trade Center back there. So there we have it. Lucio Fulci's Zombie, aka Zombie 2, aka Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Zombie flesh eater.
wherever you're at, whatever it's called.
Mhm.
Great movie. Just
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
masterpiece.
This is the version, and you can't really see it, but this is the version I have that has like a green
okay, is
obi
it-
strip.
Oh, so is it like
it's-
a Japanese import or something?
No, it's a US one. They just did that, but it says VHS on the obi strip, and it's
Oh.
green vinyl. I can't figure out who put it out, but it's on Amazon if you just look up Zombie 3 green vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually did the. I have the Blu-ray, and then I kind of made my own set with the 2 discs here, and then this empty spot where I have the 2004 DVD, and then I have the soundtrack. So
Cool.
Nice.
yeah, I love doing stuff like that.
Make your own special edition.
Well, like using different colored Blu-ray cases. I posted something like that with you guys.
Oh yeah,
a few months ago. It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a thing, I love doing that.
Mhm.
But yeah, great fucking movie. Great fucking movie.
So where would you rank?
It-
Where would you guys individually rank this in Fulci's catalog overall? Like to me, I mean, to be honest, like this is my favorite Fulci film. Like it's just the one that I've seen 100 times. I've been such a fan of for years. So it's probably my favorite of his films. But where would you guys rank? I know it's not Jace, Matt. I know you guys said it wasn't your favorite, but where would you put it in the overall in the pantheon of his work?
put it top 5, maybe number 3, because for me, City of the Living Dead for sure is number 1. I would put The Beyond above Zombie. I really like The Beyond. I love Zombie too, but I love The Beyond.
I
Just
agree
the
with you.
mythology
man.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely
And the
number
score.
2 for me.
The score.
Number 1 being The Beyond, for sure.
Well, see, Matt, I'll take the heat off of you. I'll be the villain. I'll turn heel here. I'm not a big fan of The Beyond. Like that's probably not even
That's
my
okay.
top 5 Fulci films. Like,
That's
I
not a hot
just-
take, man. Yeah.
It's like I've
It's
just
different, yeah.
never like I
Yeah,
hear
different
people
taste.
all this. Yeah, I hear people all the time. It's like, oh, Beyond is Fulci's best, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like I like City of the Living
Yeah.
Dead better. I like Duckling better. I like Zombie better. I like New York Ripper better. I like.
Mm.
There's so many of his that I would prefer to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
over the Beyond. Even House by the Cemetery at this point, I think I like better than the Beyond. I
Oh,
appreciate
wow.
it, and there's definitely some visuals to it that I really like, and some parts to it. But when I watch it, a lot of the time, I'm just like, I don't know, nothing about the story, I guess, or whatever, kind of grips me or takes me out. I just find myself like, okay, I'm kind of. Let's move like the spider scene. It's like, okay, let's move on. Like I get,
Yeah.
like, I get it.
I can,
like it
I
kind
can
of
see how
goes,
you
you
would feel
know?
that way. Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. It's hard for me to. It's because I love almost everything that Fulci's done. I mean, his entire filmography going way back. There was some stinkers towards the end. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like Enigma. I don't
Yeah.
really like Demonia that much. I did. There was that one kill in Demonia where the dude gets split in half or whatever. That was
Yeah.
fucking rad. But like story wise, I just couldn't get into it. And I felt a lot of that towards the end of Fulci's career. House of Clocks, shit like that. A lot of the earlier stuff I just love so much though. Contraband, we talked about that, Paul.
Yeah.
Don't Torture
That's
a
one of my
Duckling, man.
favorites,
I can't. That's Don't Torture a Duckling is just one of my favorite giallos. It's one of my favorite films like ever. And like trying to pick out a favorite or put this in an order like of such an expansive filmography, it's really tough, man. Like I don't know. Like I would have to say, I don't know, maybe Zombie's in the top. I know Zombie is definitely one of my top 5 favorite zombie films, But like in terms of Fulci, I don't know, man. I'd have to put it. It's probably somewhere in top 5, but it's really difficult for me to kind of nail it down with a specific number. Because you keep bringing up like New York Ripper, like I keep forgetting about New York Ripper, and then like Jace was talking about nostalgia. Like I have so much nostalgia for the Beyond because that's how I got into this shit. But then like City of the Living Dead, I love City of the Living Dead so much, and I've been to Savannah where they filmed all that. I've been to all these crazy locations, and the funeral parlor and all these other locations that are kind of hard to get to. Like, I don't know, that kind of adds to it too. When you start visiting some of these places. So
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, man. Somewhere in top 5 favorite Fulcis, I guess. But it's really hard for me to kind of pin it down.
Well, man, if you ever decide to take the drone out to Matul, you gotta post that shit up on your channel, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally,
Yep.
man.
Where does anybody know exactly where that was filmed? What island or whereabouts that was filmed at? I've never
Yeah,
really-
it was
No idea.
hang on, I've got it somewhere. It was not the Dominican Republic. Fuck, what was it? It was hang on.
Was it like Bruno Mattei at the end where he just shot everything at in the Philippines at one point?
Santo Domingo, Dominican
Okay.
Republic. And then
Okay.
the stuff off the coast there in Mexico with the shark. So
Okay.
but
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this was definitely the turning point in Fulci's career where he took a, because I think
Oh, yeah.
before this, like I said, the Psychic and Duckling, and are you a fan of Woman in Lizard Skin or Lizard and Woman Skin, whatever the hell it was called? I've never seen that one,
I've
but
never seen that either.
Grande's
It's
always
okay.
putting it over. That's one I still need to catch up on. You're not a big fan, Matt?
well, I have it. It's okay. It's not one of my favorite Fulcis, but it's all right. I mean, I think you would probably get into it.
Okay. That's one I still need to see. But yeah, this is definitely like the turning point because I think when Fulci saw the success of Zombie, and Fulci I think has said in the past, I think he's quoted as saying like, all my best stuff was before, was all the stuff that nobody really cared about. And then as soon as I started making movies that didn't make sense but was just full of gore, it's like that's what people love me and remember me for, type of thing.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah, I think you would like Lizard in a Woman's Skin. It's kind of like it's almost like a fever dream, which most Italian films around that time were. But
yeah, you can say that
just
about
sort of
most times.
right.
They all kind of
Exactly.
have that weird feeling.
Yeah, not a lot of cohesion. It seems like it's just kind of bonkers and out there. I think you'd be into it. I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list.
I would even recommend. I don't know if you heard me talk about it earlier, but Voices from Beyond. That's such an excellent Fulci film, and I think it was actually made for TV or something crazy, like back in the early '90s.
Well,
But it's kind of a
wasn't
go
the
ahead.
Psychic made for TV too? Wasn't that originally
I
a
think it
TV
was.
movie?
Yeah. It's because it's
May
kind
have.
of on the lighter side, I thought.
I
Yeah.
remember hearing
Well,
that,
it's
or
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, Voices from Beyond, it's kind of like a weird, like soapy melodrama, but it's got some Fulci elements in it. There's some gore in it and some crazy shit,
So it's
but
like Fulci's Vanilla, basically.
kind of, yeah. Well, yeah.
Fulci's
So
Vanilla.
there's a guy that dies, and then like his spirit is trying to figure out exactly what happened to him, and he's like communicating with his daughter from beyond, and it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Check that out. Robert's changing the topic. He just wants to know when a Phantasm 4K box is coming out. That's all he
They
wants
just
to
put a
know.
4K out. I can't remember who put it out, but there's some UK somebody put out a 4K. I don't think it's like a huge box. That might be a steelbook.
Oh, really? I think I remember
But
hearing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
There's
having something like
that nice one that has the sphere in it. I have one of those signed by Don Coscarelli. Funny enough, because you could go on his site and he'll sell you the box that he signed, and so
Yeah.
I ended up giving away. I bought it and then gave it away at my Phantasm screening, and I kept one for me, so I have a legit one with his signature on it.
You have it signed. That's awesome.
Yep.
I got one up here. It's not signed, but that's awesome. Yeah, very cool.
Hey, I've seen those before. I've never had one, but I've seen those before, and it's those are pretty fun. Cool. I love. You don't see a whole lot of that anymore. Like we were talking about Anchor Bay earlier. Anchor Bay used to do that type of stuff where they'd get really creative with their packaging, like the Book of the Dead, Evil Dead, back in the day, and Yeah, you just don't see a whole lot of that anymore. So I'm always
Or like we were talking about before with those tins for like
yeah.
Living Dead's the Manchester Morgue with the toe
Yeah.
tags in it.
Yeah. Or what was the what was the one I was thinking about the other day? I was like, that was so weird. Because I watched The Wicker Man yesterday for the first time in a while, and what a fucking great movie. But Anchor Bay did that Wicker Man release where it was in like this wooden box, and it was so limited. I was just like, it was like literally like a wooden cigar box for The Wicker Man, and it's like you don't see that anymore. But it's like, how cool
Yeah,
was that? Like they were
that's cool.
really coming out with all kinds of shit back in the day. Erie Guts says, with Zombie, one of the best memories I had was meeting the cast at Chiller Theater's Italian Invasion in 2009. Same show had Romero and a themed Dead cast reunion from his zombie films. That's awesome. How many of the zombie cast or Fulci people have you guys met before? Like, I guess Ian McCall is probably the only one that I could. Well, no, I've also, which I guess it's more of an Argento guest, but yeah, I guess Ian McCall's probably the only one of Fulci's films that I've ever met in person.
I haven't
I
met any
think-
of them yet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just the
Never met
poster
any of them.
zombie. Yeah, he's the only one. I don't think there's. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's somebody else on the tip of my tongue that I've met, but I don't think so. I think it's
I mean,
just
Catriona
yeah.
McCall, I think I've seen her do some conventions
Yeah.
recently. She does them fairly often. That's one. And like I said, Al Cliver had been doing them, but I think he's retiring from conventions, which, I guess, I don't know how his health is. And like you said, he was battling throat cancer years ago.
Yeah.
So
The one woman from Demons, what's her name? Goretta. Yeah, she's done conventions before.
She does tons of
really?
them.
Yeah, she's pretty active in the circuit. Holy shit, she's a friend of mine. Fucking
He's a
love that
friend of
line.
mine. I wish that dude would do some conventions. What was that dude's name?
He's on my
I know.
Facebook. I
Get
forget
the
his
fuck
name.
out of here.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like him in Demons too. Come on.
Yeah, like almost the same character.
Yeah,
It's-
he is.
yeah.
Bobby Rhodes. That's his name, right?
Bobby
Rhodes.
Rhodes, yeah, that's it.
Bobby Rhodes.
Demons and Demons 2 are basically like so similar. They use the same
Yeah.
cast for the most part, but I love both of those. If I can get this to work, I think this might shit out on me here. But Stezio had a comment here. I can't get to pull up, but it says, there we go. Zombie and Gates of Hell were the first Fulci I saw in theaters, so they have a special place in my heart. Yeah, I was too young to ever see any of Fulci's stuff in the
Oh
theaters.
yeah.
I don't think I would have found it in Western Kentucky anyway. I don't know how. I don't know our local theater would have been showing anything at that time, but that'd be a question for my Uncle Mark. I don't know if he ever saw anything in theaters back in the day. But yeah, any closing thoughts or final words, guys? And I'll let you guys get out of here. I know it's Sunday night. I know Matt's got to work in the morning. I got to work in the morning.
Yeah,
Paul,
me
I
too.
think,
Yeah, I do.
yeah, Paul's working normal human being hours now.
Yes,
so
sir.
he's,
8 a.m. It's gonna come awfully quick. So
but what do you guys got coming up on your channels? Anything you want to promote or any final thoughts on the film? Floor is yours. I'll start with you, Jace. Whatever you got, my man.
I have, like next week, I have more Dawn of the Dead stuff coming up on my show. Something from Norman, England, from Japan. That's my
cool.
cliffhanger.
oh yeah, but I know what that
And-
is.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, you've seen
Yep.
it on that. Yeah, and beyond that, I have my secret project that I'll get sued by 2 different estates if I put it out.
Oh, I can't wait. This needs to happen.
Yeah, now we're all on edge. We got to see what's going to land Jace in court.
Is it in
Oh, yeah.
Rubenstein
Yes.
territory? Oh,
Yes.
great! Now we have to see this.
Uh-oh.
Rubenstein and the Prince estate.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
They're both litigious.
Yeah, be careful, dude.
Well, Rubenstein, I don't know if Rubenstein even knows YouTube exists because apparently you can put Dawn of the Dead on YouTube as much as you want and nobody says shit about it. So
Right.
you might be okay with that one, but
I remember, because I used to be Dawn of the Dead Thursday, and I changed the name in part because I was thinking, oh, if Rubenstein gets wind of this, he's going to try and shut me down. But it was silly because he doesn't know.
yeah, I don't think he knows of YouTube. I don't know. It's crazy. Like he's so particular, like with that Dawn screening a couple weeks ago at Living Dead weekend. Like he was like, this is gonna be the last time. Like you're not gonna get it again. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like he's so particular about when he's allows that movie to be screened or what happens with that movie, or if it, we talked about, if he licenses it out for a release, like he's so involved and he wants every little detail and all that. But like when it comes to YouTube, it's like you don't hear shit. I don't know why that is. I don't know if nobody's just hipped him to that. I'm sure he has to know about it, but
Right.
I don't know.
Also, I'm always surprised because you would think the bots would get it because YouTube, as you know, is crazy. It's like, oh, this has been copyright. When I
Yeah.
use clips, like any length of clip for Dawn, I get a strike or a warning, and they say it's been allowed to be used, and it's been blocked in other countries. So there's clips from some of my episodes that I've had people in Germany. They're like, I can't see it. It's like, oh yeah, you need a VPN.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. And a lot of the times I'll get that and it'll be like a copyright from something that's not even remotely related to what they're copywriting. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm not even going to deal with that. But yeah, it's Richard's an interesting dude.
Yeah.
But I think you'll be okay. I don't know about the Prince estate. I don't know how, strict they are
Well,
with that, but
it's also like the Richard thing. The Prince Estate, I think, is much more aware of what's going on, but the version of Prince I'm using air quotes that I'm using is not really him. I mean, it's close, but it's not him. And that's the thing with AI, because the software I'm using, they don't want you to put any proper names or any celebrities. They do like a content strike, or you violated the terms, and they just won't let me do it. And so I have to put into the prompt a guy that looks just like Prince, about 5'3" with high heels, purple trench coat. It just describe what Prince looked like in Purple Rain. I don't know why I decided on Purple Rain as, I guess, I can use zombie as the excuse now because his mom in the movie is in Purple Rain,
There's
or is in Zombie.
I had no idea about that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because this is the only thing I've ever really known her from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I've seen this movie so many times. But, yeah, that's interesting. Well, good luck with that. I hope you don't end up in court, and
Thank you.
hope everything goes well with that.
Maybe I'll send it to you. You
But
put
yeah.
it on your channel.
Oh yeah. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need a court date. But yeah, check it out, everybody. Music and monsters, everybody. Thursday of the Dead. Every Thursday, Jace drops a video, and they're so digestible. It's
They're
like
usually
literally,
short.
I'll watch it at work. Yeah, I'll take a break at work, just watch it, and it's great stuff. So, and you, like I said, you've been doing this forever. It was Dawn of the Dead Thursday. That's what I first discovered you as, was Dawn of the Dead Thursday. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. So yeah, check it out, everybody. Music and Monsters over on YouTube. Link is down in the description below. So go over there if you're not subscribed to his channel. Check him out. Good dude. What about you, Paul? What you got coming up? I know you say you got some drum covers coming up.
Yeah. Some drum covers, not a whole lot on the channel. Some stuff I'm working on. Yeah, trying out some new stuff with the double bass. Yeah, that's about it. Again, dude, just counting the days, and I mean, I'm surprised you guys have no one of you asked me how the fuck I got Iron City beer.
I was
how did you
wondering
get
that.
Iron City? Yeah.
I was wondering that.
I was gonna make a joke about it, but I didn't want to like offend anyone. I can message you guys in the chat, and it's pretty funny about it. It's a joke, but no, there's a guy on Facebook. He goes by the name of Robert Muldoon, like the guy from Jurassic Park. He's been
sounds
commenting
familiar.
quite a bit. Yeah, he's been commenting quite a bit. I know him because he lives in Wisconsin and he owns replica cars of the Jeep Wrangler from Jurassic Park, the Toyota Land Cruiser from the novel of Jurassic Park, and the Mirthmobile from fucking Wayne's World.
Wow.
So
I want one of those.
yeah, I knew he was a fan of Living Dead Weekend, and he attended, and he lives like an hour from my house, like border of Illinois and Wisconsin. And I messaged him when he was there, a few weeks ago, like, dude, could you possibly bring me back some Iron City beer? And yeah, man, shouldn't be a problem. Like, what do you want? And I messaged him kind of like, we're still doing this? Is that okay? You bring it back? And yeah, I'm on Larry's tour right now, but I'll get back to you. So, okay, cool. And we met up last weekend He was in Milwaukee for something, and shows up in this just haggard, like 70s Dodge van, like with the teardrop window on the back. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. That's got to be the guy.
Mhm.
And
That's
we
him.
That's
talked
the
about
guy.
that's the guy, yeah. And total horror fan. We connected instantly and talked about Living Dead Weekend. And he went to the screening of Dawn. I'm like, so fucking jealous, you know.
Yeah,
And,
I wish all you guys could have been there for that. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
yeah,
it was one of those things where it was like, 'cause it was late and it was kind of after the the after party and all that. So when we were getting in line, I was just kind of like, oh man, like this is because I know Dawn's like over 2 hours long, and I'm already
Mhm.
fucking beat. And Grande's looking at me like, man, I'm gonna have to get some caffeine or something again. I'm like, dude, me too. Like we're all just kind of. But as soon as we get in there, we hear Ken talk about it, which Synthetic just
dude.
put up the whole speech that Ken did.
Yeah.
Once he did that, and once we heard that, like I was ready. I was awake. All right, let's do this. And then through
Yeah,
the whole
that was-
thing, and I mean, and by the end of it, we were just pumped. We were like little kids leaving the theater, just like, dude, that was so cool, man. Yeah. It's like, isn't that the greatest movie you ever saw? Yeah. Yeah, I wish you guys could have been there so bad. I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
it's just, I wish you guys could have been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, check
Yeah.
out, and you've actually been doing some collaborations with Synth over on your
Yeah,
channel.
yeah. We did the Assault on Precinct 13 theme. He already had these done, but I just added like my own drum track videos, and he did the editing. And then we did Love on a Real Train from Risky Business. That one was all right. My drums didn't really add much. It was kind of more like not avant-garde, but I don't know. It's just whatever.
I liked
Filled
that
in-
one.
filled
I
in
liked that
gaps.
one. Yeah, like I could say it was a little avant-garde, like you said, but I was like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I kind of dug that. Like I'm not too
but he
familiar with the song or the movie, so I'm not super familiar with it. But like just listening to it, I was like, this actually sounds pretty cool. I kind of dig it.
Yeah, he wants to use something from Return of the Living Dead, which I'm not a big fan of, but because it's Andy and synthetic, I'll do it. I love his collaborations. It's so fun, and he's super on board with stuff. So yeah, I think we'll be doing more of those in the future. Oh yeah, but getting back to this, yeah, we just met up, gave me the beer. I think he charged me a little bit more than what it should have been, but it was a 15 pack and a 30 pack. And it was like $60 total, so probably maybe a transport fee. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was just super happy. Like when he pulled the case out,
You
I'm
got
like,
the
I'm in
middleman fee.
I'm in Wisconsin drinking a fucking Iron City beer that you can't get in distribute
Yeah.
here or anything. It was so like
That's
I
probably
feel like I'm doing
that's
something
probably
illegal.
a first for you because you always fly in, and you can't take a 30-pack
Yeah.
Iron City back on the plane.
Exactly. Nope.
Yeah.
So look at you.
So it was awesome. Getting that and just like my final gift from the weekend. I'm there with you guys. So yeah.
Well,
It's a huge part of Living Dead Weekend, and the Romero universe is crack open that ice cold Iron City, because I'm a man.
Dude, that's the first thing I did first thing I did after driving for 9 hours. First thing I did when I got to Monroeville, I stopped off at the beer store and grabbed a
Yep.
30-pack. Before I even checked into the hotel or anything, I was just like, all right, this is the first thing on the list. I got to do this. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Check them out, everybody, at PFM Dude over on YouTube. Like I said, links down below. And Matt, my man, what you got coming up? I need Drone of the Dead. You got anything? Have you been working on anything? Have you been anywhere recently?
Yeah, no, I haven't been anywhere recently, but coming up, I've got a couple of places I want to go. It's going to be harder for me to kind of get out of town to do some drone stuff, but I'm thinking about revisiting the Cannibal Apocalypse locations and doing some drone stuff around Atlanta. Doing some of that, maybe one of these days getting back out to the Friday the 13th Part 6 camp in Rutledge. There's still some stuff out there to do. It's just finding the time and
Yeah.
getting the airspace approved to throw the drone up and stuff like that. So there's also some shit coming up. Like I have a DJI or DJI drone, and there's something where they're about to ban them or something. I don't know, something weird coming up
Really?
where if they don't get some sort of approval or some sort of audit done before the end of the month, that they're going to ban. I don't know if it's just the production of new DJI drones or whatever, but I don't know if it's going to affect what I'm doing or if I just have to get another drone. I don't know, but yeah, not a whole lot coming up, but when I get around to it, I'll film some more stuff. So
Awesome.
Well, I know I mentioned it I don't know, last week before, something like that. But anybody that didn't check it out, go check out Matt's appearance on Grande's Graveyard from a couple weeks back, the Phantasm show. That was amazing. Like, I'm already a fan of those movies, but like listening to you guys talk about it made me even more of a fan. It made me want to go back because I rewatch those movies again.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out, everybody. If you haven't checked that out, it's Grande's Graveyard, the Phantasm thing. That was great. That was really
Yeah.
good stuff.
Well, and thank you for saying that. That's, Phantasm, outside of like Romero, Phantasm is my heart. And
You
I
can
grew
tell
up
listening to you
yeah.
talk about it. Like you were just taking me down routes. Like, I've thought about Phantasm before. I felt like I had a good idea of what the movie was about and what's going on here. But listening to you talk about it, I was like, "Fuck, I never thought about that before." But that makes total sense, and I'm looking at it in a
Yeah.
completely different way. So,
Yeah.
you actually kind of talked me into wanting to finally watch Ravager.
You should do it.
You were
You
that
should do it.
effective.
Yeah. You
I've
should do
always
it. You-
avoided that one because everybody's always just been like, fuck that movie. Nobody wants to see that movie. And after hearing you talk about it, I'm just like, man, I kind of want to watch that now. I watched the trailer for it the
Yeah.
other day just to kind of test the waters on it.
It's rough. It's rough to get through, man. But if you look at it with a certain perspective and look at it through a certain lens, I think you would appreciate it. You may not love it, but it took me, like I said, it took me like a decade to sort of grow up and go back and revisit it and look at it from a different perspective, and before I could actually finally appreciate it. So,
Yeah, I
but
have
yeah,
those moments all
those
the time.
yeah,
Or I hate
yeah,
something
exactly.
like when I see it as a teenager or whatever, and then I go back and watch it now. I'm like, oh, I was too young. I didn't get it when I first saw it.
Yeah. Well, taste change. I mean, that's what happens when you grow up.
Mhm.
Your taste buds change. Shit morphs. So,
Yeah, new
um,
experiences and yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I appreciate that, and thank you again for letting me come on here and shoot the shit with y'all about Zombie
Fuck yeah, man.
and just
Anytime.
Fulci in general. And like I said, I always, any opportunity I have, I advocate for anybody. Please, like, just don't, when you hear Fulci, all you think of is Zombie. You think of the Gates of Hell trilogy. Like go check out the rest of his stuff, man. He was such an awesome director. He was a hired gun for Zombie. This wasn't even his story. You know what I mean? Like, go back and look at some of these other films that he directed. Go look at The Psychic. That's such a beautiful fucking film.
Yeah.
For the Apocalypse. I know I've put that one over a couple of times. Dude, there's so many. Don't Torture a
Yeah.
Duckling. If you like Giallo, if you like any kind of suspenseful thriller, go watch that movie. I'm telling you, you will be blown away. So just take the opportunity. Don't hyper focus or hyper fixate on one little group of films that he did. This is a Romero channel. Everybody that comes to this channel, it's the same thing. Like, you don't just talk about Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. You got to go back and look at everything. Look at Vanilla. Look at everything else. So I implore you to do the same thing with Fulci, please.
Yeah, I kind of fell into that camp. I was always like growing up, like Fulci was the gore guy, and his older stuff, like I was just like, I'm not. I'll get to that one day, but I love Zombie and City of the Living Dead and stuff like that. But now that I'm going back, like you said, and like watching Duckling, don't torture a duckling for the first time, and I'm just like, wow, is this even the same guy? Like that made
Yeah.
fucking Zombie 3? Like is it?
Yeah.
Where's the disconnect? But yeah, I fully agree with that, and yeah, I'm guilty of that. I need to catch up on a lot of Fulci's older stuff. Um, but yeah, everybody check him out. Drone of the Dead on YouTube.
Awesome
My
stuff.
computer
Yeah.
keeps dying.
Yeah, great channel.
It's some of the best
Awesome.
some of the best location stuff on YouTube, in my opinion. Because you're looking at it from a point of view that you don't normally get to see this stuff
Yeah.
from. Like, especially like the Day of the Dead locations down in Fort
Mhm.
Myers, where you almost line up the helicopter shots from the movie with your drone. And I'm just like, nobody's ever done that. I don't think I've never seen
Yeah.
that before. Like, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, all their channels are down below. Check them out. Subscribe. Give them some love. And I'll be back next week. I got, like I mentioned earlier, I'll have Eric Walter and Josh Taylor.
Sweet, yeah.
Both of them on. Eric did a
Josh Taylor.
video on his channel that he filmed during Living Dead Weekend back in June. It's like a 5-6 minute little tribute to Romero, basically, from Living Dead Weekend, locations. It's one of the most like amazing, beautiful videos ever. I mean, this dude's a super talented filmmaker. Huge Romero fan. Can't wait to talk to him and get into where it all started with him and Josh is his cousin. They grew up making movies together. Like I'm totally excited to talk to those guys. I talked to him at Living Dead Weekend a couple weeks ago. We just stood there and talked for like 45 minutes, like it was nothing. So it's just like I got to get you guys on. Like you guys are, we can talk. So I got him coming on, and then the week after that, I'll have the dude from Orion Trips, the channel Orion Trips. He some of his videos, like the way that he dissects. I think Matt, you would really dig a lot of his stuff. The way he dissects, Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, and looks at it from different point of views. It's some really interesting stuff. Dude's really got a really interesting point of view of zombie films in general, Romero's stuff. So I'm really looking forward to talking to him as well. So yeah, I actually have some stuff lined up. Usually I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing next week, but I actually know what's coming up over the next couple of weeks. So,
Cool.
so stay tuned for that. Thanks everybody in the chat. It's good seeing you guys tonight, watching this zombie classic with all of us tonight. Steven, always here to give a shit and keep us straight. I can't get your comment to come up because my computer's acting like shit. Here we go. Good night, everyone. Great stream, great film. I agree with that. I agree with that. But again, Jace, thank you. Paul, thank you. Matt, thank you. I look forward to seeing all you guys in June.
Thank
And
you.
we'll definitely get
sure.
together and do this in person, as Jace said.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Let's do
Can't
it.
wait.
So,
Love you guys.
but until next week, you guys stay safe, stay prepared, but always stay scared.
All right. It's been fun.
In video will work.